Tonight, people, we got a lady on from Ocala, Florida, and my whole queue is full of evidence that she's brought to the table. So we're going to sit down, show it to y'all, discuss it, and why am I babbling still? Let's get into it.
Something big is spooking residents. Multiple people have claimed to see a large furry animal trudging through the woods.
I literally could see him from all the way over here. I started hearing it. It was very large, and it was running so fast.
Of sorts for campers in Taos County. The sheriff's office is sharing safety tips on social media to protect yourself from
Bigfoot.
I saw something out of the corner of my eye off the side of the road in a culvert.
It's not like a bear, and it wasn't like a coyote. I've never seen anything like that.
No details. Big, like 10-foot foam. Big. I freaked out, hit in the leg.
I don't think it registered what it was.
What's the likelihood that there are big animals that have gone undetected by scientists and by trained observers?
What is up, everyone? Welcome to this Wednesday evening transmission of the Underground Live. I am your host, Stacy Brown Jr. If you are new to the show, this is our live show where I bring on a guest and then we'll take calls afterwards unless me and the guest talk too long. So maybe we'll get to some calls tonight, maybe not. But this is kind of the free-for-all fun Wednesday program that we do around here. We do appreciate you stopping by, each and every one of y'all. So I guess I just wanted to, I didn't upload the flyer because I uploaded all this other stuff. But the members-only expedition, October 1st through the 4th in the Red River Gorge in Kentucky. I hope to see you guys there. We've had some people sign up already. So, if you're a member, if you're not a member, it's like $4.99 a month. Sign up for the $4.99, and then you can sign up for the expedition, and then we're good to go. We're hoping to get a lot of people out there, and we're hoping that if we get enough, that we can set the world record for largest Sasquatch hunt ever, right? Of course, we won't all be in the same spot. I got a good group of guys coming along to, kind of run groups and run teams, and we'll split it up to, whatever numbers make sense. But we're not going to be setting a large group of people in one area. We will actually be trying to capture Bigfoot evidence while we're there. So, anyways, this Friday, dropping an interview with my friend O'Neill Dasgupta. He is the last person from my Canada trip that I have an interview for. He believes a different way, not necessarily a different way than me or nothing. He just has his own beliefs about the psychic Sasquatch phenomena. And it's really cool because he's had some experiences and he's a super good dude. He's actually a bodyguard. I don't know if I can tell that, but I just did. Sorry I'm a little sluggish, people. I just had some Japanese before the show started. No, don't ask me what his name was. However, I sound like I'm in a pipe. Thank you for the heads up. Big echo. Let's hope this doesn't mess my stream up. Okay. How does it sound now before we start this show? Do I still sound echoey? Truckin' Jake, how you doing this evening? Mic's definitely turned on. Oh, you know how it is. Technical difficulties. All right. Sounds like I'm in a cave. Imagine that. Bro, I swear, this all was just working fine. Okay, somebody please answer me. Say, yes, Stacy, we can hear you. You sound good sound. Okay, Weekend Warrior. Thank you. All right, so speakerphone. All right. Sound distant. Maybe this. Gee whiz. Check, 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 check. Is that no better? Huh. All right, let's see if that works. Check, check. Any better? Any better now? Main mic not offline. Why is it always my audio? Something, always something, bro. I swear to God. One second, people. It can't be my fan, but maybe it is. Okay, let's try this now. Do I sound any better now? Before we get going, I really want this interview to go well because this lady has some cool stuff. You can hear me perfectly fine. I don't sound like an echo. I have my fan on because it's like 85 degrees in my cave right now. Okay. All right. Well, fuck it. We're going to go ahead and bring on Kathy. Kathy, we tested all this stuff earlier, and it was all fine.
I hear you perfectly fine. Absolutely. I have really, on my end, where I am, I hear you fine.
Okay. Okay. Some dudes sound far away. I'm going to switch my mic real quick. Do a quick mic change. And we're going to get this show on the road. Because I can't wait no longer. And it's always something, it seems like. So, let's see how good stuff. Yeah. Bro. Okay. Okay. Maybe that's better. Is that better, anybody? Okay. People are just trolling now. Anyways, so Kathy, sorry about this.
That's okay.
But we are here tonight, and I wanted, to talk to you. I've known you for a while. Haven't had you on the show, but I wanted to, and so you can display your evidence because you have a bunch of stuff that you've captured down there in Ocala. So what really got you into Bigfooting to begin with?
Well, I went to a little get together in a little town called Fort McCoy in 2019. And I met a couple, I met some people, Jimmy Barr and some other people there. And I live in the Ocala National Forest. And I was listening to people's stories and I'm thinking, man, I live out here in the forest. Well, I haven't seen any of this stuff happening. I haven't had any encounters. I am butted up to the forest, literally walk out my door and I can go hunting. And I just thought, well, maybe I'll start looking around like for these tree structures and stuff like that. And I took to the woods and that's all she wrote. And I've been there doing this now since 2019.
Now, did you believe in Bigfoot before you went out to the woods?
After listening to like the people's stories, I wasn't like a non-believer. I never thought about it, to be honest, because I hunt deer and all that other, and I never give Bigfoot a thought. I've heard, oh yeah, Bigfoot, but it never was a thing like, oh, I got to go research this. It was like going to there and listening to these people's encounters and thinking, wow, because I'm thinking, when I hunt, you can see a deer. I've watched deer before, and they don't move for 30 whole minutes. They don't move. The only one time you see an ear twitch. So that's what I kind of look for now when I go out. Like I when I sit, that's what I look for, because the movement, even with any animal, is so minute you would never know they're there. So I'm thinking, wow, then if a deer can be there and hide and I can't even see it, then why can't anything else be there? And so basically that's what I started doing. That's how I started.
Okay, so have you, or I know you have, tell us about the moment that you became a knower. You know, like somebody that who believes these things are out there. You know.
I guess it was a picture. I guess that would have to be the defining moment. I mean, that would have to be, because I remember the moment that, see, backing up, I used to be a paranormal investigator back in the day for many, 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 many years. So I was the one that went through all the footage and looked at all the pictures and got all this, found the spirits and the whole 9 yards. So in this field now, it's the same thing that I do. I put everything, download to the computer, or upload it, whatever you want to call it, and I look through the pictures. Specifically remember. See, I take out my 35mm Canon because I feel like it takes better pictures than a cell phone. So. So I take that, and I was with the girl at the time that she was not a Bigfooter, but she was into the nature, and I was teaching her photography because she wanted to learn how to shoot birds and stuff like that. So I said to her one day, I said, "Come on out. I want to take you out to my Bigfooting area where you went, Stacy, but I want to take you out there." And she goes, "Well, I can't. I'm not going in the woods." And I said, "Well, I promise. There's a trail. We'll stay on the trail. We won't leave the trail." So we stayed on the trail, and I saw a structure, and I'm like, "Oh, look, now that could be a possible structure. You see the way that is?" And I'm explaining it to her. I took a picture. Blah blah blah. Period. That's it. Went home. Looking at the footage, and when you're a paranormal investigator, you look at everything, and there was this little black spot like that, and I saw it. It was like, I took the big picture, but then I had to zoom up, and when I zoomed up, I saw something like I couldn't believe, and I knew it wasn't a bear because bear are in my backyard. So I watch bear. I know what they look like. I know what they do, and this was not a bear. And I remember pushing back on my desk, and I'm like, told my husband, "Look at this. I think this is a Bigfoot." And that's when that was game over, and out in the woods. And I live in the woods, so I got a woods truck, and I can go in places I can't get to with my regular daily driver. So here I am.
Right. And now that video or that picture you're talking about, was that one that you sent?
Yes, it was.
Is that the one that me and Richard and Joey tried to recreate?
Yes.
Okay,
That's the
I'm
one.
going to pull this up. This is the video or the picture that made me, I was like, damn. And not going to talk about it. Go ahead and show it. But you can see this thing there, right? If you look dead center of the screen. And what people don't understand from looking at the photo is how big that creature is, because I have my buddy Richard, and I searched and searched for this damn photo. I don't know where it is, but we put Richard in that same spot. And this thing was every bit as big as he is, depending on what position it's setting in, it's a little bit larger. But you can see here on the zoomed in photo.
Can I explain something?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know if you remember Bigfoot Input. He's my buddy, and he was a viewer was looking at the same picture right here, and we noticed something that stunned us when we saw it. So I don't know if you see this or whoever sees this, but can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's better. I can hear you way better. But anyway, if you look at this picture, all right, so you're looking at the face and you see the nostrils right there, but look to the left. That's actually a second individual. And because if you look at it, doesn't match the hair on the first one over here to the left. The one on the right. Way I'm looking at the one on the right. If you look at the one on the left, it kind of looks like it's looking up, and you see another nostril. And that viewer noticed there was actually two individuals. All these years went by, and there's actually two. Do you see it? Do you see what I'm
Oh
talking about?
yeah, yeah, I see it. I didn't see that until you just said something. I've
And I
always
didn't
been
either. All these years, me and Bigfoot Input were just like we were just shocked for days because we realized there's actually two instead of one. And I know people say that there's other ones all over, but I see what I see. I just see what I see. And but if you look, that hair is not matching. It's higher. It's higher on the brow.
yeah. Yeah, this is a great photo. I mean, like, I don't have no daytime photos. I don't have no daytime pictures, no daytime video. And that's what I want. I mean, the thermal video is amazing that my father captured,
Yes,
but
absolutely.
we don't have a daytime photo. And you have it
Well,
now. Did you know this thing was sitting there when you took the
oh,
picture?
oh, absolutely not, because this is cropped up. This is cropped up. All I was doing was taking a picture of the structure itself because I was showing Christine, God rest her soul, because she did pass away. But I was showing her a structure, what they look like versus a natural fallen over tree that you can absolutely tell it's natural. And so it took me 5 months to recreate this, literally 5 months to find the exact spot, because I like to recreate just because I don't want to call something out it's not, type of thing. And so I was with another friend who's not a Bigfooter, but just went with me on a little hike because it was January, and I said I'm going to find this spot before my birthday, but it took me 5 months, and it was so weird because we were like standing in the spot, and I knew where I took it, okay? I knew where I took it, but it was the position that I was standing that was wrong the whole 5 months. So when I went back with her, we were standing again where I knew that I took the picture, but we couldn't find the area. And she goes, Kathy, she goes, turn, take your feet and turn to the right. So I turned to the right. And when I turned to the right, boom, there it was. I got in there as well. I got in there and sat. Now I went in there because I wanted to make sure there was no stump. I wanted to make sure there was no palm fronds hanging out. I wanted to make sure there's no dead tree, just to make sure. And there was none of it there. That's all I know. There was
Well,
nothing there.
I can confirm that. I have been to this exact location, and you knew where you were standing, but then you had to turn the angle, and you had to be almost at like a 10-30
Yeah.
position to catch it to where that spot is. But that's not a tree stump. I can tell you all that. If you don't think it's a Bigfoot, that's fine, but it's not a tree stump. There is no tree stump there. I've been to the same exact location.
And I really don't think it's a bear because I know bear activity. I've been less than 10 feet away from a bear, literally twice. So
That's it? That's all the bear you've seen down there?
No. I see bear all the time. They live in my backyard. But I'm just saying, like, once I went out my house door, and I was sitting on, it was dark, and I was sitting on the chair outside, and our the lights went off, the security lights. And I'm saying, oh, there's a raccoon out there. I was making all this noise. So I was going out there to scare the raccoon. Well, when I walked up to the sidewalk, lo and behold, me and the bear were face to face, and I had to run in my house, and I was breathing heavy. And my husband was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "There's a bear out there." Literally, I could have touched it. That was pretty scary, but I do see bear, and they're not going to just sit there. If they see you, they're going to go. I mean, the bear I know would.
Oh yeah, the bear tracks that I display at my booths, that came from me seeing a bear on the side of the road, and he was just kind of standing there, I guess, going to let us pass by him, and I got out and run at him, and he run off, and then I was able to cast his prints. So,
oh, cool. That's good.
But yeah, so okay, that photo, like,
I'm just blown away by the two because
it's amazing.
But we were blown away. We were blown away. I'm not so blown away now because it's been months since this, and we don't know who this guy was. He just came in the chat and said, "Hey, you guys are missing." Da da da. I'm like, "Oh my god, there is two there all these years,
Right?
Crazy."
That's awesome. So when was that taken?
2019.
2019. Okay. Now that spot where you got this, do you still?
It's
still
awful.
do a lot of research.
Not really so much in there. We go back and it's awful. All the structures are gone. Okay, they're completely gone, like dismantled, gone. They're no more. That when you left, I don't know if I told you this, but that one time you guys are here and then you left, and we had gone back, and there was a huge new structure right there where I casted the handprint type of thing,
Mhm.
and that's gone too now. And so like it seems like all my structures are gone in that area. I still go in there and visit. I do still, walk in there and talk to them and say, hey, and just it's because it's kind of paranormal there too. We got some crazy good stuff off the Zynex there. So I like to go visit at night and we hang out by the trail. So I still go, but I have other areas now that are just loaded with possible great structures. So that's where I go.
Well, we caught a really cool piece of audio when we were there.
Oh, yeah?
And I should have imported it. Oh, yeah, we heard it. You heard it too because you
Oh.
reacted. You go, did you hear that?
Oh, that's right. The grunts, right?
On that video, and it was really cool. But that area, for some reason, there's a lot of deadfall.
In the
what
front.
I mean? Yeah. There was a
Yep.
whole lot. It was weird. And then when you got back to it, where y'all had like hung the ornaments and things like that,
Yeah.
it
was
wasn't
different.
there. Yeah,
It was different. I think the reason why there's a lot of deadfall in the front though is because of the kind of the road being there, the wind, the hurricanes, the strong storms, that's gonna make all that right there. That's gonna happen.
Okay, I got you.
That's why, because there's nothing blocking it. So it's just coming in. Because the other side there's no high pines. So it's just coming through.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I appreciate about you, right? So there's some groups in Florida, I won't say names, but they act like we don't have hurricanes.
Trust me.
You know what I'm saying? Like we
Trust
have
me.
very high wind speeds and there'll be these breaks and stuff. And so you're finding a tree break in the woods in Florida is not hard. But what made it, you know what I mean? And can't every single one be made from a Sasquatch? And you don't go there. You know what I mean? You'll be like, oh yeah, that come in from that storm. I remember because I was asking about, I was like, why are all these damn trees torn down? And then you didn't go through like, oh hey, that Bigfoot took some of them gas station pills and then come out here tearing the damn trees apart,
Right. No, because I mean, any person with a brain could see that, okay, there's no big tall trees here and you got this road and now the wind and the hurricanes, boom, they die. I mean, they get rotten and they fall over. I'm interested in ones that like are kind of entwined and tangled on top and underneath. I mean, things like that my curiosity would be going like, okay, let's think about this, but no, got a lot of bear too. I've seen bear pull over trees on my cam. I've seen them literally pull over a pine tree. Now, no, I didn't see them pin it down. I saw it flop back up, but I seen them pull it over. So guess what? If it pulls over, anytime it could break. Anytime there could be a tree break from a bear.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. I am going to, let's get into some of the videos.
I love stepping out because it doesn't get enough attention. And I'm not going to lie about that because I would tell you, James was filming it's just James and I were there this day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We just got done eating lunch on a down pine tree, I guess. And I told him, here, take the thermal because he likes doing the thermal. So I said, here, and it was daytime. All my stuff that I sent you, except for the red light stuff, that's nighttime, but everything else I believe was daytime. And this was daytime. And so he was filming behind. And if you look at it regular speed, you're going to miss it. So when I watch back on everything, I watch back on 0.25 all day long. And if I wasn't, I would miss it by maybe a bird was outside or some stupid noise was in my house, the dog, whatever. So watching it, I saw a hand literally go like that. And if you watch, or it might go this way, but if you watch real close, you could actually see a fingernail. You can literally see a fingernail. You could see it moving. Then you see a leg stepping out. Literally the leg steps out. It was James and I were there. We actually went back and recreated it to make sure it wasn't any of us coming out, but we knew it wasn't, but we just had to do it anyway, just to see what we would look like versus what that looked like. And I got it in fast motion and in slow motion on what I sent you.
Right on. Well, let's play that one real quick. Here we go.
My favorite.
I gotta turn that music off so we don't get a strike. But okay, so there's the hand.
Watch the fingernail. I'll tell you when. I'm going to tell you when. Right there, fingernail, right there. Boom.
Okay, hold on. Where are we at? Are we at this white thing down here under the
No,
arrows?
no. I'm on Black Hot. So
Okay.
you're right here. Where you see where it says leg stepping out? Look at that yellow arrow. Go over to the right. That is the hand.
Okay,
That
that's what I thought. That's what I
Yep.
thought.
That's the fingernail right there. That fingernail closes in too. And then right below that, you're going to see this leg. Now, here's the thing. Unfortunately, we were filming behind us, so we didn't know. And look at that leg steps out. That is movement.
I
Period.
wonder, honestly, that last thing that you think is a leg, I'm wondering if that ain't a damn finger.
That thing?
The thing on
That's
the
a
bottom.
leg.
Yeah, it looks like a hand.
To
Like
you?
when I looked at it, it looked like a hand. You can't be terribly far away from this.
Now watch
thing.
it in original speed. We're not. Watch it in original speed. Watch it. You can see the hand. I see. That's what I see. Maybe it's not, but that's what I see. Watch. Here it comes. There's a hand. Boom and boom. Leg.
Okay, I'm gonna restart it.
Because the hand moves the bush and the leg steps out. It literally, and it was right freaking behind us. We just got up from eating lunch. This is the hand. There's the fingers right there. Boom, boom, boom. They're spread. Moves the bush. Okay, and the face is in the bush. You can't see it, but there is a leg. And I watch it extends out like a leg. That's
Right
the knee.
there. Yeah, you see it down here. We're looking at the bottom left-hand corner, people. Okay, you see that step out? Okay,
Yep.
so all right. How far are you away from this thing?
Well, as you see, it was on 1X, so we weren't very, very far. It had to have been 10 feet, 12 feet at the most.
Right.
No more than 30, no more than 20. We had just literally
No, you
got
look.
up.
Hey, it looks from the camera position. It looks like you might be within 10 feet of that thing.
I'm telling you, it's on 1X, and we just got up, and he just put it behind him like this, and it was daytime, and I know exactly where that spot is. Exactly where that spot is. I know
Right.
exactly where we were.
So, how? Okay, let's just. I guess before we go further on this, what are your beliefs on what these creatures are? There's no wrong answer.
Nope, there's no wrong answer. I'll tell you how I feel and what I feel, and that's how I feel. I'm not telling anybody to feel the way I feel. They can feel how they ever want to feel, but how I feel is the same. Now I'll start from the same thing as humans. We all have spirit in us. We die. Our spirit go some damn where. Go anywhere you want to go. Wherever your heaven is, it's going. And so I feel the same way as any being, any forest being, or any creature or any animal in the forest. Everything lives, everything dies. They all got spirit, they go somewhere. I feel like they could be spiritual as well as flesh and blood. As being called a Bigfoot, I just call them forest beings because I don't know. I don't have one in my backyard to look at. I don't have one. I don't have anybody have one in front of them to say, "Oh, you're a Bigfoot." A forest being, I can see because of the hands that supposedly they have and stuff like that. And what do they eat? I don't know. So I do believe there's other stuff in them woods besides, bear and deer and everything else. But I do believe after seeing that picture that I took, I just call them forest being. And if I have to call them anything, I would call them a Bigfoot. It just rolls out of my mouth that way.
Right. I got you.
Skunk ape don't come out good to me. Bigfoot does.
Yeah. Well, Bigfoot. I say this with a show called the Bigfoot Underground, right? But I hate the name. I think that's where our problems are with getting taken seriously. Is in the name Bigfoot because, okay, if anybody's listening to this program right now, and you're not a believer, you're a skeptic. What is the first thing you think of when you hear the word Bigfoot? You think some bullshit. You think it's silliness. It's a Jack Link's commercial. It's Harry and the Hendersons. It's these conferences. Yeah, it's all a big joke. But if you talk to the same skeptic, and we don't call it Bigfoot, but let's say we call it wild man, which is my preferred term.
Okay.
A wild man. And what you're trying to tell the skeptic is don't think of it as this Bigfoot monster creature. Think of it as another type of human. And I think if the topic would have went that way from the 60s on, it wouldn't be so hard for science to take it seriously, because the negative connotations that come with it being titled Bigfoot, it's silly, it's dumb. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's children's movies, but if you were to title it The Wild Man,
Yeah.
or Forest People or something like that, and because
I used
people don't think that you're talking about another type of human, they think you're talking about
and
fucking
yeah.
King Kong or something.
Yeah, and I used to call them forest creatures, but I have an issue with that now. I have a problem with because I don't, because after doing this since 2019, I don't want to look at them as a creature, something scary. They're a being, they're a forest being. That's what I like to call them now. That's what I've been calling them. But I'm not gonna lie, I used to call them forest creatures, but I don't like that term. So I like forest beings, and I just say forest beings more than. I made a hashtag Bigfoot, but I don't.
Oh, well, that's the thing. Like, we have to,
Yeah.
we have to stay Bigfoot so the people will know. Because if you start putting out some stuff like wild man or forest
Yeah.
creatures or something like that, people ain't gonna know what the fuck you're talking about.
Nope. So you have to do that, but as for I do like calling forest beings, like in the everyday deal, and I do like living here. I just, if I feel like going out after this, I just get in my vehicle and go out. So I love going out and just never know what strange thing, because if you're always recording, how many times we pulled up and stupidly enough didn't have the recorder going on or didn't have something going on, and boy did we miss some sounds and crashes and all kinds of good stuff. You know what happened? Wait, can I tell you what happened? The other day, there's this new area that I really want to go into, and like I've been going past this area, I've been thinking, God, I want to go in there, I want to go in there, but there's a lot of ticks right now, so I'm kind of waiting for it to get a little cooler, and this and that. So I drove by there, and I just told Dawn, I said, there it is. This is the spot where I want to go in. And it was not windy, nothing. The weirdest thing, I saw a tree right in front of my vehicle come down. But I don't but it wasn't standing up like per se like this. So like
Mhm.
so it wasn't standing up like this. So like when I saw it, when I looked over and saw, I don't even know if it was actually ever standing up like this, to be honest. When I saw it, it was about this far, and then boop, hit the ground, and I saw it break at the stump. And it was the weirdest thing. It caught me by surprise. My heart kind of went down a little bit because I didn't know what the. And I said, Dawn, did you just see that? She goes, no, I was looking over there. And I said, she goes, all I saw was the palm fronds moving. So that was wild. And that's the spot I want to go in. So I don't know if that was a coincidence. It was not windy. I didn't, like I say, it wasn't up like this. When I
Mhm.
saw it, it was about like this, boom, down to the ground. And I saw it break at the stump, the actual break. So that was
Right.
cool to see that.
Yeah, I have a problem believing in coincidence after
Me too. I don't
my
really believe
time
in
in this.
coincidence. Mhm.
So I want to bring up another photo
Okay.
that you sent. Now,
Right.
fair. We're gonna go through the Bigfoot stuff first, but people, she got one photo in here that I don't even like speaking about the damn thing. But
I
I
wonder which
clearly
one.
see.
I wonder which one that's going to be. I'm excited. I'll wait.
Yeah, I don't even like talking about it, but we're gonna talk about it. So, okay, here we go with this one. Now,
Okay.
I want to tell everybody this one doesn't look like much. It looks just like, the grass. You see some shadows in the background, and then you zoom in on it, and that is sitting back there in them bushes. Now, people will say pareidoia. I know they will.
All right. Whatever.
But how, as we're going to go through all this tonight,
Mhm.
how much pareidoia is it before it's like, okay, hey, that can't be pareidoia anymore. There's just, too much of it. But tell me the story behind this photo, because I really like this one.
It's a silly story. I mean, I basically drove up to one of my areas and pulled out my camera and took a picture of the area before we walked in. I don't know if I took you to this area, but it's close to that area where I took you. But I see nostrils on that thing. When I see nostrils, then I see nostrils. I can't help it. And I just took a picture, and I didn't see it when it was there. Something just drawed me to say, take a picture here. So I did. That's
Yeah.
all.
Well,
That's a story. There's nothing.
now, did you know when you took the
No,
picture?
I did not. I just felt to take a picture there. Period. I just felt to take a picture there.
Now,
Bef-
why do you hate? Now, do you put any stock into that? Like, okay, so when I was in Canada, Les Stroud asked me, why did you pick that spot? And I was like, I don't know. I was just walking, and something said, go this way.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly kind of what happened. I feel like this area where this tree just fell the other day. I have been wanting to go in there for so long, and it's a big, huge area with a beautiful area, and I just haven't been in there yet. And then that tree falls. Same thing with this. I just walked by and said, "Oh, I need to take a picture there," because I just take pictures randomly, especially when I feel like to take a picture. And that's what happened here.
And how long did it take you to figure out that you had this picture?
When I got home again and went through my pictures, and I saw the nostrils first, to be honest, because I don't take stock too much in things that look like eyes when it could be leaves and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I always basically look for nostrils. If I don't see nostrils, then sometimes I'll just disregard it as whatever. But I do see nostrils, and that's the first thing I saw and said, "Wait a minute, let me look at that." And then I cropped it, and voila, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's people can say what they want, but damn, I'm not a paranoia guy. I'm not. I've had paranoia in some of my photos and
Yeah.
stuff, and I just don't pay it attention. But some of the things you've got here,
Well,
it's hard to ignore.
I tried to give you what I see as legit stuff.
Yeah.
Not just bushes. I mean, I see a nostril. I see a nose. I see nostrils, and then apparently must be eyes if there's a nostril. So that's all I know.
My thing was what is down here in the left hand corner?
I saw that, and I don't know, and it doesn't look well enough for me to say it's anything. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't see. Okay, if you want to talk about little people and little tiny things, okay. If I had to dissect it, okay, the little white spot down there, okay, could look like two eyes. But you know what? I don't see any. I think above that bigger white spot, you can see a teeny itty bitty little tiny face with a nose. But that's so little, no one's going to see it. No one's going to understand it. So I don't. Point out everything that I see, but I know what I see in that big one. So that's all.
Right. Well, that's pretty cool. And you're catching this stuff in the daytime.
Yeah, yeah, all day long.
I just wish you knew when you photoed it.
I know.
When you took the photo, I wish
I
you'd have
know.
known that thing was sitting there.
I wish. Well, I'll tell you, when I go to my one area, we're picking up like smells of like dirty feet, dirty feet, and sweet smells. So I try to point the camera and take pictures wherever I can, but I don't see them. I can't see them with my own eyes. I can look all day, but they hide so well, like a deer that never moves for 30 minutes. And when you know it's there, it just twitches its ear, and then you know it's there. That's what they do.
That's the thing people don't realize. Like, these things will wait you out.
Yeah.
They will sit there and not move and just watch you.
Yeah, that's the same.
Just watch you. And it's crazy. You have that dirty feet smell.
Yeah.
I get that same smell.
Oh, really?
When I go in our local Walmart.
When you go in your local Walmart.
Dirty feet, boy. The people in there.
Woo. Well, I thought you were being serious.
No.
No, seriously, it was terribly dirty feet. And it was awful. And it was like, and then it went away. Like it was just there and gone. So first time we ever smelled that. So.
Right. Okay. It just dawned on me while we were talking why they saying my mic isn't working right.
Why?
I'll fix it. I didn't hook it up.
What?
Like, my board's not hooked to my camera. I looked and I seen it. I'm like, yeah, you stupid ass. But anyways, I'll fix it in a moment. I guess everybody's good with it right now. I wanted to bring up this next photo.
Okay.
Tell me where you took this one.
Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, that one.
Yeah, this one. That one.
That is okay. So the story on this area that I took it is crazy, because I was at like it's public. Sorry, I was at a Subway and I was ordering a sub, and the one girl knows me, the one girl don't know me, and she's like, "Oh, Kathy, you got going Bigfooting today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going out in the woods." And she goes, and the other lady's like, "Oh, I seen a Bigfoot. I seen it walk across. I'm not going to say the road, but I seen it walk across this road, and it took 2 steps, and it scared me so much I went back another way to work for 3 whole months." So I'm like, "Oh, where'd you see that?" And like she told me, I'm like, "Okay, boom." So now we're in this spot, and that's where I got that.
Wow. Now, when did you get this one? Was this done on thermal? It's kind of a little grayish. Yeah.
Therm. This was on thermal, and this was during the day as well.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I go out a lot in the day because I'm old. And this night stuff, I don't mind doing. I love doing night paranormal stuff and all that. But we used to sit in the middle of the woods at night. That was so fun. I'll do it again, but boy, this was the daytime. Yeah, this was day.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I guess my other question is, are you going and staying the night at any of these spots? Have you I know you
Well,
camp out there a lot.
yeah.
Where's your camping as opposed to where you're having this stuff? Because like I know Ocala, you can basically camp everywhere, right?
Well, the lucky thing about that, I could stay out to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and just go home because I live here. But
Right.
if I'm gonna camp, I'm gonna go to a campground near here, and because that campground's pretty active because of the active area that's around it, believe it or not. But so I'll go camping there. But and then there's some other campsites that I'll go to that I'll bring my tent instead because you can't bring a camper there. And there's a couple places we get a lot of good. We had some audio, some good audio or vocals, I should say there. So just around here, really, because I live right in the middle of the Ocala National Forest. So like I can stay out to 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, just go home. You gotta go
Right.
sleep. You gotta go to sleep. I have to go to sleep sometime. I mean, sometime I gotta go to sleep.
Now, is this all state property, national forest? What
Na
is it?
it's national forest right now, but I don't think it's gonna stay that way. I don't know when, and I don't know what year it's gonna happen, but I think they're gearing towards state forest, and when that happens, c'est la vie, no nighttime investigations because you can't go in a state forest at night.
You had to pull a permit.
I don't know if you can even get a permit. I don't know. I don't know too much about state stuff because this is a national forest. I know I can't have a drone, and I know I can't use a uh, gold looking thing, whatever.
Metal detector.
Yes, thank you. Metal detector. You can't do that in the Ocala National Forest.
Right.
So, a couple things I can't do that I know, but as for state, it's right now national.
That's cool. Yeah. So like the area we go into, I have a permit to hunt Sasquatch.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, it straight up says for Bigfoot hunting.
Wow.
And what it's allowing me to do is if they see me out there at night on the roads,
Yeah.
I
Then
hand
you're
them this
okay.
permit. You know
Then
what I
you're
mean?
good.
It's like
Yeah, that's
because
good.
because they're gonna stop you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Okay, so we do got a question.
What's the question?
From Danny. Well, hold on, wrong one. See these comments
Oh,
keep coming.
my vlog, Sunny. Hi. I can't see who's on. So hi everybody. I like that my vlog, Sunny.
Danny
Hmm.
D wants to know: are there game cameras allowed?
Yes, there are. As a matter of fact, I had several. I had over like 8 or 9, and I've caught people on my game cams, and also I've caught only one of all the game cameras that I've had out there. I don't have any out there now. Okay, I had one, but I got injured when I was in the woods. I got really bad injured, and I didn't have time to change the card. I just took the camera out and got the hell out because I had blood going everywhere, and I had to wrap my shirt around my leg, and it was not good. But so right now I don't have any cameras out there. But the one time I did, in that one area I took you, was I got something that was throwing something on my game cam at night in the bushes. That was the best game camera footage of all the game cameras I had out there. I do get missed and I do get the orbs. Yes, that's all normal. But nothing ever great. Nothing ever, oh my God, except for that one. We don't know what it is. I can tell you, it looks like it's heaving. Choom, like that.
Right.
Hi, Haunt. Hi, Mike. How are you? Glad you stopped by.
Yeah. So a funny story about your game cams. When we went out there, me
Oh,
and
yeah.
Joey and Richard, one of your game cams was torn down off the tree.
Yep.
And so we were so excited because there was slobber on it and it looked like it had been ripped from the tree. And then so we get back to the truck and we're going through the photos, and it was a damn bear. A bear had come up and bit that camera and tore it off the tree. For what reason, I don't know. But
Yep. They
I
do.
tell you, for like 25 minutes there.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you were wishing, you were hoping. I'm like, no, it's a bear. It's a
Yeah, I was like,
It's a
oh
bear.
my God. When we
but-
seen it was a bear, I was like, no.
Yeah, it was a bear. But wasn't it weird that it was like pink? Like that was only happened twice. So I don't know about
Yeah.
the pink thing. I don't know about that, but that happened on 2 different cameras in 2 different areas, and that one was on the ground as well. So maybe it's because it falls on the ground. I don't know. But that one was weird because now that one that I found on the ground with the pink in it. So I have the old fashioned one. Mine are kind of old from like Walmart with no sound whatsoever. There's no audio, none. But this one had audio and it was so damn loud. I blew my ears out. I literally had it, go like that. I don't know where the sound came from. It was loud and there was pulsating like the sun, like pulsating. It was pink though. So I don't know what that was. And I can't find it because I can't find it. I've looked. Well, I lost some footage because I dropped one of my things and gone. All my footage
Yeah.
gone.
How that happens.
Yeah. Start all over.
Unfortunately.
You just go all over again. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna bring up because I got a ton of stuff here.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's great. We're gonna bring up this video. This video, I will premise this by saying I was very impressed by this, and I don't know why you never showed this to me.
Why?
But whatever.
Which one? Wait a minute. Wait a
Whatever.
minute. Wait a minute. I have a YouTube, a Facebook, a TikTok, and a Blue Sky, and a this and a that and a that.
Hey, you got my damn phone number. I got a phone
Oh.
number. You can text
Oh,
me
sorry.
shit too.
My bad.
Okay, so here
Oh,
we go.
here. You can tell, boy. This is gonna be all. Oh.
Okay, here we go. Now you're gonna
Sorry.
watch in the background, right where that arrow is. You're gonna see something upright walk right out of view. And it looks almost like it was gonna come back around.
Watch this.
Yeah, look at the head bent down.
It stands up, turns around, bends the knee. Boom. Tree stumps don't bend. Sorry.
Now, how far away do you think that is from you?
Well, the story on this one, I was actually on a live on Facebook when that happened. I had no clue about that either. I would say the distance on this was far. It was far. It had been, I'm going to go with yards instead of feet. I would say 30 to 40 yards, I would believe, or more. I'm not good with that stuff, but it was far. And if you watch this, and I was on a live, so I download my lives after I get home and going over the footage and stuff like that. And that's when I saw it. And I also do it at 0.25. I would have missed this too. And watch this knee bend. Hold on. I'm going to tell you when. Just turn around right there. And watch this. And then I'll tell you a story in a second. And there it goes. Bend. Boom.
Yeah.
Now, this was revisited and see that stump right there in the back?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pause it.
Yeah. Because a couple people didn't believe what were trying to tell me that was that stump, but it's not because stumps don't bend knees like that. Sorry.
Right, I'm gonna back it up just a few seconds. Okay, now watch the leading leg. I believe it would be its right leg. It's going to bend its knee. All right, there.
Okay.
It tucks that leg in. That's
Yep.
really cool. I'm gonna play it again, but yeah, I don't know how the hell I never knew this existed, because that's definitely a good catch.
This here's a cool place. All this is usually underwater, but it's so dry. We were, way off the trail, way off of everything back there. And, I took a couple of people out there and they swear it's a stump and it's not what it is. And me, whatever. It's okay if that's what they want to believe. I know what I feel in my heart. I know that there is a tree behind there. I clearly see the tree behind there, but that thing is in front of the tree. I clearly see a tree. And it's
the tree's behind it, but that's way further back.
Yeah.
Like, it would have to be a tree stump, and that's easily disproven, like if you just go to the spot, then tree stump don't bend a damn knee like that.
Nope. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
And so this was really impressive.
Yeah,
Did you
this
know
one
you
here.
had this?
No, because like I say, I only found it after viewing it, downloading my live and looking at it, because we were live. We were just looking around. I had no clue that was going on. No clue. I saw a movement when I was viewing it at 0.25, and I thought I was going crazy because sometimes you got to watch which way you move versus which way the tree moves. Because if you move, then tree, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want see that. So if it wasn't anything, then nothing would have popped out there. If it was a tree, it would have already been there. If it was a tree, it wouldn't have popped out, and then be so far away from where it popped out, and then it probably saw us. Got to get back, and it slowly, I think, was slowly going because it didn't want to be seen. But right there, it bends a knee.
Yeah. That's really solid video. And that's why I wanted to have you on here. Well, not because of this video, because I didn't know it existed, but it's
There you go, right there. You can see the chest and everything. If you just pause it right there, you can see when it kind of, as it walks, it kind of like does that, and you can see that side of the chest. That's how I feel. I'll tell you when. I'll tell you when I see it.
I'll try to pause it.
Okay, where are we? Okay, right. Hold on, right. I'll tell you, right there. Back up a little bit. You can just see that chest, but it's back up a little. Okay, I'll tell you when I see it.
Oh, I can move frame by frame. Learn something every day.
Oh,
It skips in 2-second intervals.
okay.
So it may skip that. Yeah, it did skip it.
Skip it. Yeah, but you could stop it right there because you could see it twist. I see it twist. I'll tell you when. 1, 2, 3, right there. See, I
Yep.
believe. Yep. You see, I believe that unless that's a bush or something, but I believe its arm is back right now, and the other one is in front. And if you watch it, you can see it kind of move.
Right. Now, a lot of moccasins in this area, yeah?
Yeah. Well, I know I should do better on wearing snake boots, but I don't.
You don't
But I
wear
should.
snake boots?
Well, I got snake guards now. I wear them when I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I need to. I know.
I had snake chaps, but then I left the house without my pants on and just the chaps. So the skeeters got me. So it's like either which one do I do? Apparently you got to have them both on.
And it's so hot. I mean, it's so hot. When it's so hot like this, it's really hard to like worry about what equipment you're going to use and all that other. So I just like driving around finding new areas and looking for new spots to go in when it gets cooler. So
okay. So
okay, what's next?
People like Patty. And
this
is the closest photo I have ever seen to Patty
which one?
in my life.
Which one?
This one on the right.
Oh, that's my buddy. Yeah, that's my buddy.
What do you mean your buddy?
Oh, this guy. Okay, so let me explain this. This picture is in the same area, okay? 2 different days, okay? This makes my eye waters because I really believe in this photo so much. The one on the right, I believe, I could be very wrong. That could be related, but I believe it's the same individual on the left, and I'll tell you why. One time we were out there in the evening, and somebody has left their glasses out there. We were out there, and she took her glasses off and just lost them. We left. She couldn't find her glasses for a long, long time, many, many months. And every time I go to this area, I'm like, can you please return her glasses? They're a prescription. Can you please return her glasses? James went out. Every time he went out there, he looked, he's in the group. He looked and he couldn't find them and nothing. I think it was like 3 months later, we had doing a video, and this one on the right showed up. This one on the left showed up on another whole, I think that might have been a picture. But I found that one. And if you look at their hair, if you look at their forehead, you can see that little piece of hair sticking out, like both on the forehead there. And so eventually one day out of nowhere, we walked in again, and lo and behold, on the path that we do not take in, set the glasses. The glasses were right there. They were dusty. They were not covered with any leaves, pine needles, nothing. Like just left and not where we walk, but where we would notice it. Because when we walk, we're always looking around and stuff, and there set the glasses. And I believe this one returned it. That's the way I believe. Now, I could be all wrong, but I believe this one returned it. And I believe those are the same individuals or related because of the muzzle of their face, of the forehead, everything looks the same to me.
Yeah. I have a problem seeing the one on the left. I
Do
don't
you?
know what I'm looking at, but the one on
Okay.
the right for sure. Yeah, the one on the left, I
Okay.
don't.
That's cool because I didn't. Okay. So if you look, okay. So look at the tree. Okay. So you're looking
Okay.
at the tree. All right. Let's look at that blue line where it starts up. It's kind of over way too much. Let's just focus on the white thing by the tree to the left. You'll see a white area. I believe that's his forehead at the top, and the top of the white head, you see like a clump. I believe that's the hair, and the nose is right.
I see what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yep, yep. And if
Okay.
you look at that, look at them. Them are the same.
Yeah, the one on the right looks like that little kid off of the Munsters back
Yeah.
in like the 50s,
Yeah.
you know. But it definitely, when I seen that, I was like, oh, nice one, you know.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That was found by some of these are found by the members of our group, because they private message me what they see, and I appreciate it because more eyes the better. I would have missed this. I would have 100% missed this. I
Oh,
cannot take credit.
100%.
Not
100%.
take credit for this. They go over my footage. They go over my stuff. A lot of stuff. Some stuff I do find. I have found. But this one specifically was found by a guy named Rick. But the one on the left was found by me.
You know, and don't take this the wrong way, but it looks like this is immediately what I thought when I seen it. It looks a lot like that thing Todd Standing filmed because his face is all this like white color.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm telling you, there's stuff out there we will never know, and there's stuff out there our eyes, because because that's why I like using quite a few things when I'm in the field, because every lens, including our own eyeballs, are different from any other lens. Every lens has a different spectrum, has a different whatever. So that's why you get so many different things, because we can't see a lot of this stuff, but the cameras can. And I've always done it with audio and video, and taking my time with it, because you don't want to miss anything. Anything could be proof. Anything could be evidence.
Right. Yeah, I love that photo. So, okay, let me ask you now, how many people are in your group?
So, Rebecca, James, Dan, Brooke, and Jesse, and me. 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. And so how do you meet these people?
Well, a lot. Okay, so like Rebecca, she lives in a different area. Okay, so she researches in the area with Lakuchi areas. That's where she researches. Once in a while we'll get together.
Right.
Inverness area, around all that. I'm not real good with the names of forests unless I'm in the Ocala National Forest. She'll tell you that every time. But she researches a lot there. And like I recently went to her and we ran around the woods on a rainy day. And sometimes we meet up, and sometimes she goes on her own, but we collaborate together because she's part of the group. We go camping together and stuff like that. Brooke lives a couple hours south. She comes around a lot, and she'll hang out and spend the night, and then we'll go out and in the woods, and we're going to do some nighttime paranormal stuff coming up soon.
Is that Brooke with the podcast?
Mm-hmm. Yep, Dark
Okay.
Florida. Yep,
Okay.
She's kind of part of us. And then James, he lives here in the subdivision. He lives in my own subdivision. All these years, we didn't even know. And then we just met through Facebook, and we live in the same subdivision. So I just call up James anytime. Like, he should be on here tonight, not sure. But I just call up James, like, hey, where do you want to go? And then Dan lives down in Sarasota, and Jesse, he just kind of came in. He's going to bring a lot to the team. So I don't even like saying team. I take that back. Group. Ugh. I hate the word team, because team, they have a leader. We don't have no leaders. We're not leaders. No one's a leader. We just go out and have fun. That's all we want to do,
Yeah.
And
with a lot of the Bigfoot groups and stuff, the drama that goes with it has always made me like back away from that stuff. Now I could say I have a team. I have a group of friends that I go out with, and I go by myself, but I enjoy hanging out with these people.
Yeah, me too. I like the people that I love. I mean, we live kind of far away, but we do get together, and we do camping things together. We went all the way up to North Carolina or somewhere, Georgia maybe. I don't know where we went, but we went somewhere. I got a new little camper. It's so cute, and I can handle it. That's a good thing. I can back it up. I can hook it up. I can deal with it. I can I can do it all. I don't want no big old thing, but it's perfect little camper, 12 feet long, and it has everything, even a bathroom and a TV and a microwave and a kitchen. So I'm out of here.
I had to tell the story about you. Okay,
Uh-oh, no, I'm scared.
I knew you from Bigfooting. I'd met you at the conferences. You'd showed me that handprint before.
Yeah.
And then I was shooting a sizzle reel for a television show. And I'm at this thing called the Gambler 500, right?
I'm a member.
And I'm walking around filming people, and I hear, "Hey, Stacy." And I turn around, and there you are, like, what are you doing here? And you had this damn Mustang.
Lifted.
Yes, lifted, ready to go out.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah, it had American flag on it, and I believe it had a big old set of bullhorns on the front, didn't it?
No, it didn't have the blue.
No?
It's just lifted and has it's painted red, white, and blue, the whole thing.
Yeah,
My son did it. My son
it was
did it.
neat. It was cool seeing you out there because
I've
I
been
was
with that.
scrambling around. There was 1,000 people there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was a good one that year. Yeah, because that's what we do. We're Gambler 500 people, and we run around, pick up trash in the woods. We have a big event once a year, every year. And now the best thing is the event is right across the street from my house, so I don't even got to rent a camper anymore. I can just go home.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
yes, literally.
I know Spider MX has closed down.
Yep.
Hated to hear that, but they apparently got some stuff with their new neighbor. There was like one road in, and so what he was doing was charging a damn gate, like a price for the car to come in, and they weren't even going to his place. They were going over to Spider.
Man.
So he just closed it down, and
wow,
I hated
that would happen. Wow,
that was a cool ass place.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's get back to Bigfoot.
Okay.
Now, this photo looked eerily familiar. I believe it was the early photos of the Minnesota Iceman when he was still in the ground, right? Or something like that. This looks just like that. And so...
Oh, yeah,
right?
him.
And you see in his face, like, I see it. Maybe people don't, but I definitely see the face on this one.
I think he got mad at me because if you see his nostrils, how flared out they are, like he was sleeping, it looks like, and then his nostrils get all flared out. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was his mouth.
No, that his mouth is below, like he's frowning, right below the two dark spots. I believe those are his nostrils flared out. His mouth is right below that, like frowning. His eyes are right above that. Like the whole nostrils are flared out. That's what it looks. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like the first picture on the left, like his eyes are closed because it's a side profile. You see his mouth is kind of like open type of thing. He's sleeping. His nose is right above that with the nostrils. And the next picture, like he woke up, his nostrils are flared, his eyes are open, still kind of sideways, and his mouth is kind of like a frown.
Yeah. Well, this was a good catch. So this was thermal as well?
Yeah, thermal daytime. Yep.
During the daytime. Now, and you didn't know you had this one at the
time.
No,
I never. Nope, nothing. Nope, never do. I'm not the sensitive one. James is. If James feeling sensitive, boy, we're pointing, we're shooting, we're doing everything because he is sensitive and he's good. He's seen it all.
Right. Okay. Well, let's see here now. Okay, this one was cool. This video is cool.
Which video is this?
This.
Oh yeah. You know what? Before you go, this here, same spot as stepping out, except this is the back of the area and stepping out's the front of the area. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
There it goes.
Yep. It was super quick. I just want to play it at original speed again so everybody can look at it.
Filming backwards. Once again, Dawn was filming. I was with Dawn only this time, and we were walking back to the car, and I said, "Why don't you start filming backwards?" And that's what we got, filming backwards. Now, if I would have watched that at regular speed, never would have saw it ever.
No, I don't know how you caught this, but it's almost
0.25.
Is it like the thing's jumping out of the tree?
Yeah,
or
and
what?
I don't even know what this is because I'm going to tell you what it reminds me of. And I know this is silly as hell, but I don't care. This is what I think of when I see it. A Martian, like a Martian, because it looks like it has a backpack on. It looks like it has it's just going up that tree, coming down that tree. Like this is reverse up and back. Desi did that for me
Right.
one time, but yeah, it's coming down off that tree, and it's coming. And we went back to this. James Brost had come out and stuff, and we had went back to the spot and did a recreation as well. And a human cannot possibly get in here. And I'll tell you another weird thing. After we filmed this, okay, we see that. Look at the leg right there. The arm, like after we filmed this, we went back to the area, and the weirdest thing, like the path back there, the grass is pretty high, but on one side of the path, every single every single piece of grass, low branches, low trees, whatever's there was all smushed down, like a vehicle went back there, and then it went straight into this area right here, but stopped. But I mean, this is a very thick area. If I was to take my woods truck through there, something's going to break off, whether it be a light, whether it be something plastic from a light, whether it be something under the car, something's going to break. And there was absolutely no proof of any tire marks or anything. And it was only on one side. So we really, really, really thought that was weird.
Bandy says, how did she get video of actual nightmares?
Nightmares? Oh,
Yeah, that's the shit nightmares is made of right there.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how it happened. We were filming backwards. We didn't see it. I didn't see it until I got home. And
I just want everybody to look here at the beginning. It happens real quick in real speed. I just want y'all to look again. Bam, there it went. It's so fast.
Fast as hell.
But yeah, that was an amazing catch.
Yeah, it's just, doesn't it look like it has something on his backpack? Like maybe it's like it has a backpack on, and maybe that's what's making him fly so fast. Why is it so thick up there? You see that?
Now, is this on Black Hot?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I only run on Black Hot.
Right on. Yeah, because that's so obviously the object is a living object. I mean, the trees are alive, and the trees
are black.
Trees are not. They're black because of the sun.
Yeah. Exactly.
The heat they've absorbed during the day, but that thing is going through the air, and that's not. That is not a tree.
It's not a tree. It's not palm fronds. I tried to go back there to recreate it. That thing has legs. That thing has, and it wasn't windy, and there's no palm trees around for it to be palm fronds or any tree branching falling out. So I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah. People are talking about it in the chat, and I don't know if you've heard this story. I'm going to play it again at real speed. But have you heard of the face peelers of Peru?
Nope.
Okay, well, when you get bored, look up the face peelers of Peru. This is what, and I was thinking it. I wasn't going to say it, but we've had 2-3 other people
really
mention this in the comments already.
Huh.
So the face peelers would pull up and abduct people, and they would
oh my God.
They would be floating on this board.
Oh my God. And
they would cut people's faces off and then drop the person back out.
Oh, Jesus.
And this image fits that description.
Wow, that's interesting.
Because they had some pack on them. You know what I mean?
Can I see ears on this? I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah, this is a really good catch. Like the thing about filming behind you, right? Like Scott Carpenter did it, and he caught a bunch of stuff very similar to this.
Yeah, and tomorrow, what I'm going to be releasing, when I release it tomorrow, that's actually filming backwards too. And this thing, I don't know what it is either, but you'll see. I'll release it tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, but this is a great catch. This is one of the weirdest things, but
gotta give John credit.
I'm gonna have to set me up a backwards camera.
Yeah, this is just, you know what? It's just because I have the tri-field meter on this thing. I guess it was for a camera, but I just rigged it, and I just tie the thing on there. But the other thing I can screw on the thermal, and we just hold it and just hold it like this. That's all we do is just hold it and walk. And we were walking away, and that happened. just like the stepping out. Same. These are in the same spot. Those are in the same areas, except one's in the way back and one's in the front.
That's cool for sure.
And this place, it is like so close to my house. Like I really believe as fast as I seen that thing move, I bet you, boom, it could be over here, these woods. But I've truthfully never, in my own like woods right here, I've never seen anything or had anything weird happen.
Now, why do you think they don't? So you've never had no activity at your house?
Well, sometimes no. Well, years ago, before all this years ago, there was this horrible ranked smell. It was so bad. We all smelt it. We do not know to this day. Thinking back now, I'm thinking, could that have been a Bigfoot? I don't know, because at the same time, this man kind of died in his house, and it was hot. So, or was it him? Or was it him? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But
well, okay. I found somebody when I was like 17 that had been in there. They must have died when I had left the last time, because the guy was on my oxygen route, and I would take oxygen bottles to these people, and I dropped bottles off, and when I came back, his like belly had bloated and kind of exploded. But the smell,
it was awful. This is the worst smell I've ever smelled.
Never smell anything like that, and you'll never get it out of your head.
And that's why I think it was him. The more, because I forgot about him for a long time, and then I started thinking, well, I did have that one smell. Maybe that was a Bigfoot. Then I started thinking about this guy. We call him Soup Man. That's how long he was kind of gone. And they had to cut the, cut it out and then put something there. But I think that might have been Soup Man. But I was gonna say, sometimes when I
again, Soup Man.
Well, he was dead. I mean, he was soupy, but sometimes when I'm playing with
Campbell's chunky soup.
Yep, chunky. And you know who lives in that house right now? My friend Dawn lives in that house. And when she felt something on the floor that was like kind of like mushy, and then when they pulled up the carpet, what they did was they cut it out and they replaced it with license plates, with a whole bunch of license plates and wood, just the area where he was. So she had to redo the whole floor. But
wow.
Yeah, but he wasn't a nice man either. But I was gonna say, sometimes when I play with the dogs, the woods like right there, and I take my camera and I'll start looking through my camera. And I did one time I think if they're here, they're quiet. They're not making themselves known. I'm not going out looking for them. Or I do walk down to what I call the bowl. There's a little bowl. It's connected to the graveyard. So I can like walk to the 1800 graveyard from my house. So that's probably why.
And that's where you walk down there and smoke a bowl. Okay. You smoke a bowl when you go to the bowl?
Smoke a bowl.
Okay.
Gotta connect somehow. I mean,
hey, no doubt. I'm with you there. All right. So enough of my damn silliness. Let's get this picture up here.
Let's get professional. Okay, here we go.
I'm pretty sure like that's a big old guy.
So this one was the same area as the one that I think took the glasses. Can't say that's the same one, but that's the same area.
Right.
Yep. Where the red light is and everything. Yep.
And you didn't know you had caught this one either?
No, and I wasn't filming either. Aaron was filming.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I was going over footage. That's what I do. I just go over footage and find it. I'm hoping, though, really, seriously, one day. We do get a lot of activity with, tree breaks and whistles and noises and stuff like that. But when it comes to actually like putting my eyes on one, that hasn't happened to me yet. And one day it will. It's just a matter of time. That's all.
Oh, so you've never seen one?
Personally, only my pictures. I'm not going to lie. Only my pictures. Now, have we heard stuff and weird vocals? Yeah. Have I ever got to see one? No.
Right. Okay.
But at least I have the footage. At least that's there.
Yeah. Hey, no doubt. I mean, you're out there. You're like I said, Scott Carpenter gets a lot. This is my problem with like the Bigfoot community, because Scott Carpenter gets a lot of praise. And then other people, like my buddy Wayne, people be like, oh, that's pareidoia. And it's like, hold on, he's producing the same exact images.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Why does one guy get all the praise, but everybody else gets the hate? But this is really cool stuff. And it's making me debate. I'll never sit there and go through my footage like you do. Like that is
I
insane. I
I
can't
will tell you.
imagine that.
I will tell you, since I retired from my job, what, 3 years ago? Now 2, yeah, 3 years, I think. I I caught my husband telling my family members, "Oh, she does sit by the computer." So I literally sit by my computer like from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock like a job. But that's my footage. I got to go over it. I don't want to miss anything because then I know where my areas are. Then I can go back and I can sit, and listen, and research. That's part of research. It's not just going out and oh, I'm out in the woods, woo for the joyride. You gotta go through. You gotta have an audio. You gotta have. God, we have so much crap out there. Sometimes I dread it because if I take 5 things out, that's 5 things I got to go through. So that's an all day
Right.
deal.
Yeah.
But it's fun
It-
though because you do find good stuff.
Well, it's a lot, because like my my audio project I'm doing up in Alabama, we got multiple recorders out that are recording every single day
Mm.
for 12
Mhm.
hours at a time. That's
Forget
a
it.
lot of shit
It
to
is.
have to
It
go
is.
through.
It is. And here's the thing about that, because you're right. Because like when I leave my audio out, I leave it out for 3 days. I have an audio recorder that will run for 3 days, no worries. And then I have 137 or more clips. Now, yes, I can go and take it and put it through that audio thing that people do, but I don't because I personally have to listen to everything. And I'll tell you why. Those little things, they don't pick up on EVPs. And I'm into the EVPs. So
Right.
those little things don't pick up on that. So I have to listen to every one. It's 30 minutes each. So in the morning when I check my email and doing all that, headsets are on, listening to audio all day until I get tired of it and move on to something else and go back to it. But yeah, I think it's important to, even though it's a long haul, to listen to it. But I do. I listen to every clip.
Okay, so this guy, Damon Weed, he said, "Can she do anything special? Can you, Stacy? If so, when did it start? 7 to 9 years? Like, so do you have any abilities? I guess is what he's meaning. Like, do you feel maybe you're psychic or any kind
No.
of thing like that?
So the most I get with that, to tell you the truth, is like most people, just the goosebumps, and I think it's from the static electricity, the electricity that could be around. But I don't like see things. I don't have mind speak and all that happy jazz. I just take my stuff, I do my thing, and if I, if we smell something or something, but I do get when it gets like really something's going on and we're hearing stuff in tree breaks and we're hearing whistles, and I will say I have gotten the goosebumps. Have I? That's about all though. I can't, I'm not. Now James, whole different story. Whole different story. He's the one that really has seen everything from lizard mans. He's watched them groom themselves with rocks because he'd been in these woods since 17 years old, backed up in the woods with no camera, nothing but binoculars. He has literally seen forest beings, forest people groom themselves. The men groom, I think he said the men groom, and they groom it with rocks. He's seen it.
Oh,
He's seen
wow.
it. He's seen it a lot. He shot a Bigfoot when he was 17. And but he only did it because he was scared to death because he was camping by the firelight and all that. I've interviewed him and everything. You have to get him on one day. He's a good talker. I know if you're on there, James. I know you're a good talker. I know.
We got another guy in here in the chat
Okay.
that shot a Bigfoot when a similar situation. He was a child. He was deer hunting, and a Bigfoot approached his deer stand screaming.
Mm. Wow.
And he shot the damn thing. What else are you supposed to do? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you're a kid.
Yeah. And the funny thing was, one day when he shot it, he rolled backwards, and then they all were scared to death. They waved the firelight, and nothing, gone. They even reported it. He'll have to tell you his story, but they reported it, and then the people they weren't supposed to be there with guns. It was just a big ordeal. So you'll have to get with James and pull him on here one day.
Okay. Now, here was something that somebody else asked. Danny D asked, premonitions. Do you feel yourself experiencing any kind of premonitions when you're out there? Because like this is something that I don't know that I have psychic ability, but I will have. For instance, I left my house walking out to the chicken coop, and as I looked at the ground, in my mind I seen a scale pattern, And I said to my wife, I said, "There's a damn snake in the coop." And she goes,
Wow.
"Oh, what?" She goes, "Don't say that. Let's hope not. Let's hope not." And I got out to the damn coop.
And there was.
There was a snake in it.
Wow.
And I hate snakes. I
Oh,
can't.
I love snakes.
Oh, get that shit away from
Well,
me.
I love them. I had a big old 13 Burmese python. He was my buddy for so long.
Yeah, I bet he was your buddy. Till
he
you quit
died.
feeding him.
I fed him 10-pound rabbits because I raised rabbits to feed them.
Oh, wow.
He was healthy.
Yeah. That's kind of the only thing that, and I don't know that I maybe I've always had that stuff. I've always had deja vu. But
Oh, wow.
I think once I got more into the paranormal shit, like after my dad died and I started getting into paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
That's when the premonitions kind of started happening. Sometimes it freaks me out because sometimes I'll have these thoughts or what I think is a premonition and it's absolutely terrible. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh my God.
Where's my kids at right now?
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
I haven't had that. I haven't really had the only thing that I ever really had, and it really is, I don't think anything, to be honest. So like when I'm going to sleep, falling asleep, I see greenery, I see the bushes, I see the forest, I see it all, but I don't see anything in it. I never see anything in it. It's just green forest where I've been. I see that sometimes in my vision when I'm like lay down to go to sleep and closing my eyes, and I see it so green and so beautiful. But that's it. I really don't have any premonitions.
That's funny you say that. So like, and maybe this isn't this, but this is what it reminded me of. There was a black guy that I interviewed. The FWC gave me another report. Like I got these FWC officers around the state that I'm friends with, and they send me reports when they get them because they can't do nothing with them. They're not allowed. They're not allowed to take them.
Wow, that's cool.
This guy sends me out to this place. I'm pulling up out on Highway 20, and I'm kind of on the last real place by Highway 20 before it just gets mainly forest. And there's a landfill back there. Well, there's a black community back there by the landfill. And so I'm driving back there. I'm like, they done sent me here on some joke. You know what I mean? Like I'm the only white guy for probably 2 miles, you know? And I knock on the door and the grandmother comes to the door. And I said, "Ma'am, this is going to sound crazy, but the FWC sent me out." And she cut me off and she goes, "Oh, you're here about the Bigfoot?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Hold on, let me get my grandson." So after the grandson sees this Bigfoot and this kid comes out and he's like thug rapper, gold teeth, you know, the wife beater, all the tattoos and shit, nicest guy in the world. Like we hung out for an hour and he treated me with respect and he was a great guy. But he told me, he goes, "It spoke to me." I said, "It spoke to you? Like it spoke in English?" And he goes, "No, it spoke in my mind."
See, I wish I could have mind speak.
And this guy don't know shit about Bigfoot, right? And he said after that moment that he would, before he fell asleep, he would see images
in his head.
And he believed it was what that was seeing.
Really?
He believed because he saw, because after they seen it, he started leaving scraps out back. And he said it was kind of a way they didn't have to throw all this trash away. They'd throw the food scraps over the fence. He would see something coming up and picking those scraps up. And then he said he'd go out there the next day and they'd be gone. And he said he didn't have them all the time. He only had it when the Sasquatch were around. So when you said you see those images, that's what it made me think of.
Yeah, there's green, and you can see I can see the forest, and I can see, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what area? You know, I'm thinking in my mind while I'm awake, you know, what area is this? Where is this? What am I supposed to be seeing? Don't know. All I just see is bright green trees and palm fronds and all of it. So
right.
I don't know what it means. I mean, one day maybe I'll find out.
maybe there's a connection. You know, once people get tagged or whatever, that they develop a connection with the Sasquatch to where you would maybe see through its eyes or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not the only guy I've spoke to that's told me that kind of stuff.
And I will tell you the honest truth. Now, this is crazy. I know this is crazy, but before I started this Bigfooting thing, you know, I was into the paranormal big time. And because we had a really great group of girls, but anyway, we're still all friends, but we just went our own way. But anyway, I used to get that with my eyes closed, going to sleep, but men would like men dressed in old 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 ties and the vest. They were
Mhm.
old time men. It was always men and some babies. But when I started Bigfooting, that all went away. I don't see that anymore, and I didn't see the greenery until recently. Like those that men and those whatever I was seeing has been gone a long time. But then when this it's like just greenery now, and I look for the men and the babies that I used to see, but they're just not there. But it's just greenery, like forest. It's all forest. It's weird. It's really
When
weird.
when I'm going to sleep, something similar happens to me. I see men as well, but it's raining men.
Is it really? Really?
Hallelujah!
Let me
It's
ask you
raining
something.
men.
When you
I'm just joking.
no, stop it. I was just about to be serious and ask you something about that, but never mind. I'm moving forward. What's the next picture?
Okay, it's raining men.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we got one more video that you
Oh.
sent.
Which one was that?
I don't remember right now.
Oh, I know which one it was.
Here we go.
The
So,
graveyard. This was
Who
by
is
my
by
house.
the graveyard?
This was by my house. This was freaky. Walk up here. Listen. Is that you? There sure is a darn lot of spiders out tonight. Guys, sorry, it's my bad. It's thermal. I was screwed up that day. But that thing, I was close to.
Right there?
Yeah, that thing by the tree way back there. That thing. Watch it. It moves. It goes away. And I was walking towards the graveyard. That's me walking.
The figure on the right is me walking towards it.
Yeah, that's me. That's me walking. That wasn't me by the tree. That stuck out and went in. I heard it walking. That's why I asked Dawn, is that you? And she was way up at the front doing this with the thermal. That's me.
Okay.
So if you go back and look, you'll see it comes out. And then we would try to recreate it to see if, I don't know if it was a person. I don't know what the hell it was. All I know was someone's in that grave. Something was in that graveyard. There it is. See it? Now watch.
Yeah.
It has his hand. Now watch. Look, it's peeked out his head. That's in a graveyard by my house. That's one, the 1800 one by my house.
Now, what do you think this is? Do you
I
think
don't know.
this is a Bigfoot or?
No, I don't think so. I think it's more like human. I don't know what the heck. There was no cars there. There was no people. We saw no lights. It was pitch. Now this was dark. Okay, this was at nighttime. That was the only nighttime one, but this was nighttime, and I don't know. I heard the crunching of the leaves, so I know something was there because I yelled back to Dawn, "Is that you?" And she did not even hear me because she was way at the front, Thurman. Me.
Right.
That's me. That's me.
And so, are you doing a paranormal investigation at this moment?
Oh yeah, yeah. We were there with the all the stuff, everything that you can have, dowsing rods and the REM pod and all that stuff. Yeah. And then this thing happened, and I'm like, what was that? I saw that. I didn't even see it when I was there. It was going over the video. When I saw it, I couldn't believe how close I was. I couldn't believe it. I went back to that tree. Look at that thing. You see how it looks like it has clothes on?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
It almost looked like a person. Like
I know, and that's
somebody, because
scary.
it looks like he's got his hand in his pocket.
I know, it's so scary. It was like, what on earth? Because I was so close to it. That was scary. I mean, to me, I could have got killed because I think it's a person. I don't think it's a Bigfoot. That's right by my house. And I don't know who the heck's in the graveyard at night. There's no cars. There was no lights. There was nothing. And nothing. Just us, pitch black, and whatever that thing was, whoever that was.
And you weren't scared? Like, you didn't think, oh, hell, this may be some guy out here that has bad intentions?
No, I actually, when I heard the because if you play it again, you can hear the leaves crunching. You can hear it. And I didn't really know. I mean, if I would have saw that when I was there, I would have ran. I would have ran because that person could have really killed me. I mean, I really know that was dangerous now. I do, but I didn't know that anybody was there. Like, I never knew anybody was there until I went over this, except I heard the crunching, and she was way at the front. I wish I knew the distance. The distance had to been from that tree to the front. It's definitely it would be definitely over 50 yards for sure. Because I'm thinking of a football. I think of things as a football field, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would definitely think it was 50 yards or more because she was at the front where the gates are, and I was in the graveyard.
Right. Where were you at when she started seeing it?
I was walking towards it. I was back a little bit further. I was back a little bit further.
You just
But
didn't know it was there,
no,
or
I had no clue. It was that tree right there. I think that's the tree to the left. Yeah, I didn't had no clue. I was trying to see if anything was peeking out while I was up there
wow.
between,
Hold up. Hold up.
but I didn't know if I
How tall
seen.
are you? Okay. What tree is?
I'm 5'5".
Okay,
That
you're
tree.
5'5".
That tree. See that tree right there? Like that tree right there. See, so it's to the left of me. So it's to the right of me. Sorry. Whatever
Right.
is still behind that tree. Look at how close I was. That's scary.
And it's still behind that tree. Now, looking at you, I wish I had a damn. Good Lord, that thing is tall.
I know that's the thing. It is tall. I really believe it's tall because we did a recreation. I'm real big into the recreations. So we did a recreation, and I wasn't as tall. So it was a
Wow.
big, tall man or something. But telling you, there was no cars there because we scanned the whole area before we stopped at the graveyard for our safety, and then that happened. And I had no clue until I got home. Well, I called Dawn immediately. I'm like, Dawn, do you know what you just filmed? Something was behind that damn tree. And I was walking right by that tree. That's me.
Mm.
That is
Yeah.
me.
That
So I don't know.
That's really killer. I wonder. Somebody just said this in the chat, and I'm like, oh, I hope not.
What?
You think this is the same thing that looked like it had the backpack on?
No, because well, I would say no, because this would have been at least 3, 4 miles away from that.
Okay, right on. Now, has anything else weird like this happened in this graveyard?
Well, back when I was a paranormal investigator, my family doesn't believe the way I do, but I asked my sister if she would please come out with me to this graveyard because at that point I was a paranormal investigator and I only, and I wanted to do an EVP session in there. And so we went in there in the daytime, and this was night. We went there in the daytime and we had the EVP thing going on, and I go back and listen to that. And when we were there, we were leaving the graveyard, and I said, "Okay, everybody," I said, "I'll see you later. We'll be back." And then listening back to the EVP, it said, "About what time?" That was the only thing that's ever. I don't go to that graveyard often for, much. I only go, once in a blue moon.
Right.
We did get that EVP, and I probably still have that EVP because back in the day, I never got rid of any of my footage. I still have every single piece of paranormal footage that I ever went on and did. So,
Yeah.
yeah. That thing though, that something's really sticking out.
It's just insane. I'm sorry, everybody. I keep playing it again. I hope that doesn't bother y'all. But I love this. Like,
It's really crazy. I can't believe how close. I mean, I really was close. Let me look at that tree. Okay, so you got the split right there.
the
Okay,
thing is taller than you and further away. So
yeah, true.
it should seem like you are bigger than it.
Yeah, and see, that's the tree. Then it was right behind that tree to the right of me, and it was probably still there. I was trying to see if anything peeking out on any of the sides, but I couldn't see anything peeking out.
See, this kind of instance is what they told us drug deals were going to be like when we were kids.
Maybe it was a drug deal. Maybe it was. I don't know. I wasn't there for the drugs.
They always said they like people will offer you drugs. That was a lie, bro. Like I ain't had people offer me drugs, but it always would be some guy behind a tree or behind a car be like,
I couldn't
"Hey
believe
kid,
it.
come here."
I haven't. I tell you the truth, I haven't been back there at night since. I have not.
And how long ago was this one?
Oh, that was less. It was probably. What are we in? It was probably late 2025. It was recent.
Oh, not long ago. Okay.
No, not really long ago at all. But I think
right there.
But look at there.
Right there.
But look at there. It's got. It looks like it's got them pants that jumble up at there. Like boots, maybe boots, pants and boots. I don't know.
Boots with the fur.
Well, boots down there, and then that clumpy part. I'm thinking maybe that's the pants. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It looks, like I don't know if it's Bigfoot or not.
I'm leaning to no. I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I'm leaning. It's just that I heard the footsteps when I was there. I literally heard footsteps, and if I would have known somebody, something, I would have left. Like I would have was so scared. Oh, I probably would have been freaked me out because I didn't even know until, and it's dangerous because I don't carry, so never.
Yeah. So, okay. One thing I do want to talk to you about, while I got you here. Now, you are one of the only other researchers I've ever been out with. And now, listen, I've been out with a lot of people in a lot of different areas. I've had the pleasure of meeting all kinds of cool people, but you are the only other one besides me who totes ghost hunting equipment with them in the woods.
Yeah, I do. I
Why?
do.
Why do you do that?
Because I think it's all related in a way. Like I say, spirits, they're out there. I sent you a therm footage of a spirit, and I call her cowgirl with a cow. And I believe in spirits, and I believe there's energy out there. I believe in orbs. I believe spirits travel through orbs. I know what an orb is. I know what a fucking sorry.
You're good. This is my show.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if there's kids out there. But
No.
but I know what an orb is, and I know what a bug is, and I know what dust is. I've been doing this kind of like a while, so I know the difference. If you a true orb will have beautiful energy around the outside of it, and sometimes with even a face in it. Dust is flat, nothing. Flat.
Mhm.
So there's a difference. And bugs have wings and they fly. And there's a oh, I did send you one picture of the so it's from the game camera. It was an orb with something.
Oh, I've got some other photos. We ain't hit it all yet.
Oh,
Thank you, Deep Woods, for the super chat. He said he's more scared of running up on a human in the woods
yeah,
than anything
me
else at
too.
night. Yeah.
I'm with them. It was so scary when I got home and watched that because I think that might have been some weird person. I don't know, because there it is woods. I mean there is woods hooked up right because I have to walk through the woods to get to the graveyard from my house. If I was to go out on the road, I can get on the road and get from the road right in it. But to the woods, there's woods back there. So who knows if anybody's living in the woods, playing in the graveyard at night? I don't know.
Mm.
Never experienced that.
Well, let's get back here and look at this photo.
I almost didn't send that photo because it's blurry.
Oh shit! It's all blurry. Everything, you know.
I almost didn't send it because I didn't want any backlash, but I couldn't help it. It's such a good little picture peeking behind that tree.
No, I really don't. The community that we have here that we've built is amazing, and you know everybody just loves to see the stuff, and you really don't have a whole lot of people complain about anything, and which is
Good.
You know, if you've been on watching some of these shows and been in the chats, a lot of times it ends up really negative. But we've been blessed that way that I don't really have that issue because at the beginning of this show I told everybody I don't know what Bigfoot is, you know, and if that bothers you, because we're going to talk about all of it. I'm going to talk about the paranormal. I'm going to talk about every aspect because we have no idea. And if that bothers you, leave now.
Yeah.
And some of those people left. So, you know.
Hi, Felicia.
Yeah, right. But what do we have going on here in this photo?
So this was most likely a picture. I believe this was in the area of the other ones with the glasses. That's in this area as well. And it looks like to me a force being peeking behind a tree. And I see like the forehead, the hair, the forehead's real deep, you know, the eyes right there and a little nose right there. And I want to say this might be a what we call little people because we believe in little people too.
Yeah, you know, a lot of these photos you sent, like with that leg, that step out, I think is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
The hand and the leg.
Yeah. I love that one. That's my favorite.
I think that might be little people too.
Could be.
You know, and I know a lot of people don't put credit into that theory, but these things are reported all over the country.
Yep, they are, and it is.
All
I mean,
world,
something,
you know,
something is definitely stepping out. And I don't have black legs. My legs are, and my thighs aren't that big either, and I hope not. And James was filming, so it surely wasn't him. And we did a recreation on that as well. So we were
Right.
only 2 there.
So, okay, now I'm going to pull up this next photo,
Okay.
and this shit is not a Sasquatch.
Okay. I think I know which one you're gonna pull up. I might be wrong. We'll see.
You tell me what you think this thing is, because I got my feelings, and my buddy in North Carolina caught something similar to this, and I told him he was crazy. And then you send me damn near the same exact photo, and I'm like,
Oh
crap,
no.
this world just keeps getting weirder and weirder. But if you
Oh
look
no,
here,
that's not the one I thought you were gonna put up. Okay.
what is this?
Don't know. It looks like to me a man's head with a very pointy chin. I see his eyes, I see his forehead, and a little bit of his nose right there. But I see his his eyebrow looking thing right there. And this was with the thermal, and it was just something that I saw and I thought was interesting.
Right.
What do you think it is?
I thought it was like a damn one of these like avian bird creatures.
Oh, okay.
Because I almost thought that was like a beak, because the one
maybe.
the one he had from North Carolina looked a lot like and he called it a Birdman, and it looked exactly like that.
You know, I never looked at it that way, but I'm seeing that.
And so it was interesting, his thoughts on it, because he thinks a lot of these things, because he takes photos, and I'm going to have him on here soon, but he takes these photos, and a lot of times he gets like Anubis, or like in this case, in his Birdman case, he thought it was Horus. He relates a lot of these things he's filming out in the woods to ancient Egypt. You know what I mean? And I teased him. I was like, can you imagine being Anubis, the god of the underworld, and you go through a portal and end up in Reidsville, North Carolina? Like, what the hell am I doing here? And this guy's looking at me taking photos. But his photos, there's something to them.
Yeah.
You know, there's something to them. And I've seen some of the, when I seen that photo, it really looks like his Birdman or
Wow.
Horus.
Wow.
Horus
That's
photo.
interesting. That is interesting, though. Never thought about that way. Wow.
Okay. So now we'll pull up this one. I don't know if this is Bigfoot or not.
Oh, yeah. That guy.
What do you think this guy is?
My gut feeling says spirit. That's what my gut feeling says. That's what my gut feeling says. Spirit.
Okay. You
I don't
can
know
definitely
why.
see the face.
Yeah, an eye, the nose, and hair in his face. So I don't know I don't know if that's just clutter or is that a white beard, but that might just be paranoia on that. But no, that's a face right there. And you know what? This guy was in Rebecca's area, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's what one day when I went into Rebecca's area and did some filming.
Now, where is Rebecca's area? You don't have to give me exact spot, but just like
I want to say, I think, yeah, that one. I want to say that one. Yep. She goes to several places though, but I know she's mentioned that one for sure.
Right.
She gets some good stuff. She gets some good stuff too. She really does. As a matter of fact, you know, there's an oddity booth that opened up there in Leesburg, Florida. It's an oddity booth. It's awesome. There's all kinds of weird, and they have a real electric chair when you put on your head to kill someone. You know, they have the real one there, and they have coffins. They have cool stuff. And guess what? They put the handprint, and I printed out some pictures of Rebecca's pictures, and I put them up on the wall, so we have our own little section in this oddity store of our research.
Yeah, hold on. Let's don't gloss over that. You shame on you.
Why?
You need to tell, like, okay, so she says oddity booth. This is at Ripley's, right?
No, this is something else.
Oh my God. Well, but you have stuff at Ripley's as well, correct?
Yes, we have the hair at Ripley's, because one time we were off trail and we found, well, on trail we saw 3 tires, and so we don't stay on trail anyway, so we started going off trail, and voila, here comes a 4th tire by a structure. And on that 4th tire by a structure, there's a little nick, like in the tire there's like a nick, and on that nick was a clump of hair. Took the hair, we took our gloves, put it on, blah blah, put it in the envelope, sent it off to Tim T. Tim T researched it really, really well. I mean, really well, with all kinds of books and this and that. It took him a year to do it. And then when it came back, it did come back from that, what is that, I'm not good with these. I don't know a lot of people like Pilates book or something with hair and the medulla, whatever.
Mhm.
Well, I have sent other hair to Tim T as well, but this hair was Sasquatch hair. He found out that it was, and so that's what's at Ripley's. Our handprint was at Ripley's, but they're opening one in Tennessee, so they're going to take that handprint and put that in Tennessee, and then the other handprint. I brought him another handprint, so I think they're going to put that out one day. In the meantime, in West Virginia, my handprint sitting in the museum in the West Virginia Museum, and then here in Leesburg, Florida, they opened an oddity store in the mall, and I set booths. I just pop up booths anywhere I want, yard sales or wherever, just to get good maybe leads on where one, if someone saw one or whatever, and but
Shit,
other things.
I've had booths down here at the Crab Festival
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, it's great. I love them.
Anybody that's into Bigfoot, I would
Don't
strongly
stop
urge you to, in your
to
local
do a
area,
booth.
yes, go to the local market or the parade or
Yep.
wherever your town has a little get together where there's vendors.
Yep.
You'll be the only Bigfoot table.
Yep. And a lot of good stuff happens from that, because out of that Leesburg, at the end of the day, the owners had come up and say, "Hey, we're opening an oddity booth and we really want to research your stuff in here. Would you be willing to donate some stuff?" And I say, "Heck yeah." So we have James. James has a footprint that he casted. I have a handprint. Rebecca's pictures are all up on the wall. And also Brooke took some pictures of some, she didn't have anything cast with that day, but she took some pictures of some great footprints. They're printed and they're in the case as well. We have bottles and bones and feathers in there. And I just did a little video on what it looked like on my YouTube. So it really looks nice. It really, we're really happy to be in that
I'm
area.
kind of jealous. I ain't gonna lie. Like Ripley's ain't fucking called me up.
Well, let me tell you, they didn't call me and I didn't call them. Guess how that happened? A booth.
Really?
Yes. So I was sitting in a booth and this lady came up and bought a handprint. And because Dawn made me a mold so I can make all the handprints I want from the original. And she had bought a handprint and she goes, "Oh, I'm from Ripley's, believe it or not." And she goes, "We're going to put this in Ripley's." And I spaced it off. People say stuff all the time, whatever.
yeah.
Okay. And then all of a sudden it came true. I'm like, what the heck? And it really happened. So I was happy. I mean, I didn't look for them. I don't go looking for nothing. I do my thing. If people contact me, well, then we'll move forward. But they did that. And same thing with the booth at the Leesburg. They came up to me. Same with the booth up at the corner. Lady came up and told me where she saw a sighting, cross 40 with 2 feet. She went to work a different way. So now I'm in that area too. So booths are, as long as you're like, and then I got some tchotchkes, because we're self-funded, and the only thing we really do is like batteries and bug spray. That's our biggest real, batteries and bugs.
Cost.
Yeah, for real, because I have it. I have all the equipment I need. I don't need anything else. But so I do a booth. I have some tchotchkes, and people donate, and they tell me about the good stories. They actually, and we take our notepad and write it down. That's what I like. That's what I like. Just the booths and libraries. I got to speak at a library in Reddick, and I got one in the forest. I got 2 libraries coming up, and they call me. I don't find them.
Well, it's weird how that stuff just it presents itself. If you get out there and you do your thing, these things just kind of have a way of coming to you. Like I tell people, I never really tried at any of this.
Yeah.
Like, I never really tried to go out and, I got to be this guy's friend, or I got to try to get on this. It just comes.
No, yeah. And I mix with people and I don't mix with people. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything either. I'm not.
Oh, right. Okay. So let's get back. We got some other photos. Now, these photos, I don't believe are Bigfoot. I believe we're getting into the paranormal here. And there's so many.
It's so hard. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. What is the deal with this one?
That one, I don't know. Okay, so here's this. This is from, now, of course, this is from my game cam, but I did the date, I cropped it a little bit and I enhanced it. So this is the same area where I casted the handprint, okay? And this is 6 feet up in the air to 7 feet up in the air, as high as I can get it, with my hands reaching up on the tree to put it on the tree. That's how high that is. I believe the one on the left is some kind of an orb. I don't know what the heck the thing is on the right. All I know is I see fangs down here at the bottom, a backbone right there, and I was thinking maybe a bug or something, but I don't know. I've seen a lot of bugs. And that's the weirdest picture that I got off my game camera. That's from a
Gotcha.
game. That's from a game. I don't know what it is, but it is in where I took you. That's where I got that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, you should. I know you live close to there, but when I come down and do my Ocala thing, I would love to stay the night there.
You can.
I really would like you to take me back out there and
Yeah, I'll
just
take you some
lead
other.
me.
I got some other cool areas since besides this one. Really,
Right.
really cool areas.
Okay, so what do we have going on in this one?
So this was a weird one. Okay, you see, first let's start with the. Okay, let me ask you something. On these pictures I sent you, I see you have a dark one with a green light and a red light. Can you put that at one? Can you put that first?
I couldn't load all the
Oh,
photos.
okay,
It
okay,
only
gotcha.
lets me do
Okay,
so much, so I
okay,
just
okay,
kind of pulled
okay,
this one.
okay. No worries. But so let me explain this. Okay, we were all sitting at. This is a night. We're all sitting at night, even though those clouds up there are white. It was night outside. Okay, now that object that you see, the light, the bright, that yellow object, that's actually a red light. Okay, that's my red light, and it's shaped exactly like a light bulb. Period. Light bulb, and
Mhm.
it's red. So we hung that on a tree. Now there were some pictures taken. The first picture that was taken was normal. So you could see a green light and a red light. That's James holding his green light, and that's just the red light from the tree that's hanging. And then we had a REM pod on the ground. And then the next picture was without was with flash, and you could see some paranormal energy floating around in that picture if you look real good. And then everything was normal when it comes to the lights and everything. So it was this picture that was next, and this one came to me, and I'm not saying I don't believe in UFOs, because I do, but I just don't study them. I don't look at them. I don't. That's not. I don't interest me. But to me, this looks like a spaceship, and also it looks like it has legs. And there's another picture that the spaceship is going the different way, and it lit up the whole entire area. If you look, if the other pictures, they're black. It's dark outside, so there's no light like this. And
Right.
then
Yeah,
you got
it's completely dark. And the other pictures, I wish that I had
room.
more
Yeah, right.
storage,
Yeah.
to
No
put all
worries.
this stuff on. But yeah, that it was completely dark. I know it looks like it's light up top. If you look at the top of the trees, it kind
It's
of looks
not.
like it's daylight. It's not. It's this is at nighttime.
So this story gets a little bit weirder. So there was a few of us there, okay, and there some of them I was facing in different direction because we like facing different directions so we don't miss anything, and a few of them, most of them, saw this big, huge white light like this, boom, come through the trees and land. Then this happened, and we started taking pictures, and this happened with whatever this spaceshipy thing looking, turning my light turning into this bright light and everything up. Now here's it. Here's the other thing. Yeah, and to the left, yes, you do have something that could be a forest being. I don't know,
That was
but
the first thing I saw. Like I seen the light, obviously, but like
yeah,
I was wanting to talk about the thing on the left of
left.
Pam's head.
Yeah. A lot of people saw that and they're like, "Hey, what's that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. That's interesting." But here's the thing about this. We also left an audio recorder out, okay? So we left that out while we were there. I go back. Of course, you got to listen to it, and you're not going to believe this. And I have this somewhere in my YouTube on my, and you got to find it. But it we got an EVP, and you're not going to believe what it says. Frantically, at one point, it got frantic, but at the first point, it's like this: "Where's the spaceship? Where's the spaceship? Where's the spaceship?" It got frantic. It's all on audio. We have it all on audio. And that happened at the same time, all this mess with the bulb, with the light coming down, whatever that light was, and these pictures with the lights going like spaceships and this creature thing, being, what have you, on the left over there. So that was a wild night. And this is the same area where that being returned those glasses that I believe he returned the glasses. Same area.
Now tell me the story about that. What you brought it up twice, but we never really went into the story of the glasses. What are you talking about?
Okay, so this was the night that we were sitting out. That the glasses, Pam lost her glasses in the area where we were sitting. They came off her head. She put them down. She spaced them off. Got home, said, "Oh, my glasses were gone." Well, I know where we were sitting. I know exactly where we were sitting. So I went back out there. No glasses, nowhere. I said, "They're not here. They're just not here." She goes, "Well, there should be there. That's where we're sitting. That's why I took them off." And I said, "They're not here." So we kept on going back. Every time we'd go back, we'd ask, "Please return the glasses. Please, Pam needs these glasses. They're prescription, blah, blah, blah." Nothing. James had went out there several times, same thing, asked about bring back the glasses. Then one time, I think it was 3 months later, when we walk in, we walk in like this, and then we go like this, okay?
Mhm.
And we were walking in, and just as we were trying to go on the path, here on the ground laid Pam's glasses 3 months later. We don't walk in that area. We never been in that area. Now they were dusty, but they were not covered. 3 months. We were in Florida. Leaves, pine needles, bushes, anything. They should have been covered. Nothing. They were just
Now hold up. The glasses got taken the same night that this photo was?
Yes. That was the day. That was the same night that she lost the glasses. Yes. Yep. And then 3 months later, they reappeared after we asked and asked every time we go by, get in there. And then they appeared in the area where we do not walk. We kind of turn in, and they were found right here, right in the open. They were dusty, but they were not covered in leaves or pine needles or nothing.
Let me ask you. So you've got a bunch of weird stuff going on. Like, it's not all Bigfoot.
No.
I think you'll admit that.
Oh, yeah.
Have you? Somebody just mentioned it in the chat. Let me see if I can find it. Have you had any missing time?
I have not, but James has. James actually has had missing time. Not
Okay,
myself, but I wasn't with James when he had it, but he has had missing time, and he was driving when he had missing time.
Okay, what can you kind of tell us what happened there? Best your ability?
Best my ability. Gosh, I heard a story once or twice. He was driving down a road out here in the forest. He was driving down a road, and then all of a sudden he says, in no time at all, he was on another road and doesn't remember how he got there, doesn't remember the drive, how he got there. I believe his wife was even with him. I believe that's how the story goes. He was just driving, he knew where he was, and then all of a sudden he just time went by and he's somewhere else, and he had no clue how he got there.
Right.
James really is. He could talk for hours. That man.
I'll have to get him on here, bro. I'll have to get him on.
That man, I'm telling you, there's time. I'm not kidding. If he's on here, he knows. I always have to tell him, James, quiet, James, quiet, because he talks, but he has been in these woods more than anybody, more than me. Since he's 17 years old, he's 70 something years old, running around in these woods still with a walker, and he has it all camoed up and everything.
Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go to this. This is our last photo. This is the one that I seen it, and I was like, "Damn, I don't even like talking about this guy."
Oh, I wonder if this is the one. Let me see. Nope, that's not the one I thought you were
That's
gonna put
not
up.
your one. Oh my
No,
god!
I thought you were talking about that's Hat Man. So we have some stuff going on with this guy. Well, I don't know about him in particular, but we are getting I have been picking up a lot of. I have actually a whole album on hat people, on hat men, and I even have one hat woman. But I have a whole album on this, on hat people. They wear hats. I don't know where they come from. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if it was a time span when they lived back here, back in the day. But don't he look like a hat man to you?
Oh no, 100%. And so, from what I understand, the Hat Man is like a shadow person, a shadow entity.
Okay.
And they are really prevalent with sleep paralysis.
Oh, really?
So a lot of times, and I've had similar things happen to me, where the guy's at the foot of my bed and I cannot move. and they cannot scream.
Oh God, that happened to me one time in my whole life, and it is an awful feeling.
Yes.
Awful.
And I had a buddy. Now this was back when I was doing my investigative journalism thing, and we crossed the Mexico border from Mexico. Did a bunch of stuff like that, but he had told me, he's like, I want to say he was in DC or maybe Savannah. Yeah, I think he was in Savannah. But he said they were standing out this graveyard at night, one of the historical graveyards, and him and his wife watched these shadows walk across.
Oh my God.
And it's these things, I don't know what they are. I think they reside in the depths of hell.
Yeah, that he don't look like a nice one, does he?
No. So how many of these have you? I know you said
I have an album of Hat Man. Golly, they just come up in weird areas. They just come up in weird areas. I started saving them because all of a sudden there's another one. There's another one. So better put this one in the album. So yeah, I have several hat people. They don't have all hats like that. They have different hats. They really do have different hats. And one's a woman with a short hair and a weird looking hat. And then there was another thing that got off Therm that I should have sent you, but I didn't. James was filming again, and we were together, and there's a picture. He's therming us, so I watch it, and I saw. Well, actually, I didn't see. A guy watching the thing saw it, and he sent it to me. Then I saw it, but it's like a mausoleum. Like there's no buildings out there, and this thing has a cross on it. It's clearly a building. So I don't know what's going on out in them woods, but these hat men and hat women. I only have one hat woman. I have the rest of them are hat man, and they really do have hats, and they really are out there. So I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, there's a documentary that I urge everybody to watch. You can get it on Prime. I think it's like $1.99 to rent. When I watched it, it was free on Prime. But it's called Hat Man.
Oh, yeah?
And they interview people all over the world that have had these same damn experiences.
Wow.
With these Hat Man, the sleep paralysis. Yeah.
Wow.
And that documentary will scare the shit out of you.
I might not want to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't get scared too easy, to be honest. But if I think about it and I'm thinking, okay, because there's one rule I have. I absolutely will not go in the woods by myself. That's just one of my personal rules. But much as I live in this forest, as much as I can get out and go when I want to go, won't go by myself. Not because of humans,
Right. And that's unfortunate,
It's
unfortunate that people are that bad. I don't know if we showed this photo. Let me see real quick.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think we did. We showed the other one. The other one looks very similar.
Oh, I thought that was the same one. One's up closer and one's farther away.
Let me see here, because this was the other one.
Yep, that's the same one.
It's the same one. Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be now that I mentioned it, and this is a zoom.
Yeah, just a zoom. Different. And I changed the lighting a little bit so you can see more detail.
Right.
Like the eyeball, you can literally see it. He's my favorite. I just love all my little forest people. And I think they wait for me because I talk to them when I go in there. I can't see them. I hear them. I smell them. But I guess I don't have the eyesight for that yet.
So where do you plan on going? What's the future look like for Kathy and the group?
Just keep on doing what we're doing. I don't a future, maybe a couple camping things going on. I don't have, I don't really I just want to do what I do and capture what I capture and keep going over footage and keep putting the footage out there. My goal is to do one video a day. That's my goal. So people can really see something's out there. I don't care about me. You don't have to look at me. I'm not the footage. The footage is out there, know, and I spend a lot of time going through my footage. So I just enjoy doing that and see, because there's so many weird things out in this forest and we're never going to get to the bottom of it. We're never going to know everything. No one's ever going to know everything. We can all speculate on everything, but just keep on doing what I'm doing, and I just feel like that stepping out is damn good footage, and I really like it, and I look at all this other stuff. I'm like, why? Don't people? Maybe they're not seeing what I see, but I clearly see that. And it was 10 feet in back of us. It was unbelievable. And that's where we go and got that. That's where we got that smell, a really sweet smell of cotton candy. One day, like baking, like somebody was baking, and there's not a house around, and then the bad feet smell, and then the stepping out and the thing coming from the tree in the back. So that's the place where the lady was like, "Oh, I saw a Bigfoot walk across the street." That's where we went in. I found the way in. So that's another thing. You just talk to people and do booths, and you never know what's going to come out of a booth. I didn't go to these people and say, "Hey, take a handprint, put it in this case over here." I didn't do any of that. They did it. Okay. And so I'm going to say thank you. That's all I can do. And it's a
Well,
beautiful booth.
you weren't at the Bigfoot conference. I missed you there. You didn't have your booth there.
No, I didn't. I was camping.
Yeah, I usually don't go to those. But my wife urged me. She's like, "Listen, you got to get out there. You've got this show. People are
Yeah.
subscribing." And then, like, I seriously had like over 100 people come up to me and
Good.
tell me how
Good.
much they love the show, and it was
That's
awesome.
and then you should do that. That's good. See, I don't have a show or anything. I'm just boots on the ground, go in the woods and do what I do, and then
Yeah,
post what I post. So, and I don't know. I had camping reservations, so I just did that. And then my friend, so they had a came out to the campground and interviewed us too. And that was weird because I got a phone call from my ex-boss where I used to work. Her daughter works for some news thing. They called me to see if I was going to the conference because they wanted to interview me. And I said, "No, I'm not going." I said, "I'll be camping though." So that was the end of that. The next day I got a text from the daughter. And she's like, "Hey, we want to come out to the campground and interview you." I'm like, "Okay, sounds good to me." So that's how that happened. And that was fun. So that was fun because we went camping and we sat in our area and we heard, we had that. Oh, when we were doing that, I got some hair that was on my shirt. Some hair was sticking to my shirt, and James had found it, and I sent it to Tim T, and it was human hair.
okay.
But guess what? It was kinky and braided. And
Huh.
nobody with us or in Varmint's truck or in my vehicle had that kind of hair. And it went on my shirt after I got back looking at structures. I was in there looking at all these structures and stuff. And then I came out and James goes, "What's that on your shirt?" I'm like, "I don't know, it looks like hair." So we sent it to him, but it was human. So, and then Brooke, one time we went out and she had a long string of hair on her. And we sent that off to Tim. That also was human, but that was transferred from my vehicle because Dawn, who is has long hair. She don't have kinky braided hair, but she has long hair. So we figure that was from her transfer from the car. So that's why that's research. We just don't find a piece of hair and say, "Oh, this is Bigfoot hair." Literally, Tim T does a damn good job, and he knows what kind of hair it is because he has hunted and he has all the hair of every single almost animal out there. So and then he does it on his great old microscope that he has two of them. So
Right.
He does our hair analysis for us, Tim T.
Gotcha. Well, we've been on here over 2 hours.
Yeah,
now.
wow. I didn't think I'd make it 2 hours.
Yeah, I told you it would go by,
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you coming in and sharing this stuff with us. It's really cool.
Thank you.
I really like your evidence, and I'm not bullshitting.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I wouldn't have you on if I didn't. Where can people find you?
Okay, so we have all the social media platforms: Bigfoot World, Cryptids, and the Paranormal Researchers of Central Florida. Facebook, TikTok. If you go to TikTok, that's where I have pinned the stepping out, the thing from the tree, and the other thing that I sent you when I was live. Okay, so those three are pinned, and it is loaded. My TikTok is just loaded with get to the point, not very long videos. And then we have of course, the YouTube, the Blue Sky, the X, and I do all that. I put it on all those platforms. Like sometimes I cut a long video, make a little short of going over a structure of what I feel is a structure. So there's some informative things on there as well. So all the platforms you can find me on. Us.
Okay.
Us, because we are a group. And like I say, we don't always go out together because we live in different areas, but we collaborate, we talk on the phone, we send each other what we get, so that's why we're a group. We're a pretty good group.
Well, I've told you 100 times. If you ever feel like coming up to Torreya,
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that because Brooke and I are gonna make some trips. I got my little camper now, so I'm ready. And when it gets a little bit cooler, we are gonna make some trips. So get ready because we're coming.
All right, I look forward to it. Well, I will throw a link in the
Okay,
description as
thank
soon
you.
as this show's over with, and I'm going to promote it out. So,
Oh, one thing on my
yeah, go ahead.
Facebook, I don't run it. My mods do. If you don't answer the questions, you won't get in. Because you won't get in. They're strict because I don't have time to run it, but they kept a pretty good group. We don't have trolls, we don't have mean people, and we don't put up with mean people. We just don't. So you answer the questions if you want to come in our group and look at everything. Not long questions, just answer them so you can get in and be a part of our group. We'd love to have you.
Right on. Well, yeah, I will post your stuff in the chat here, and I'll send you a link for the show so you can share it out as well. But like I said, it's been good. I'm so glad you were able to do this, and see, it wasn't too bad. I know you were a little worried about it, but
I was worried about if I can get the speaker working and all this because I don't do this often. Like I just don't because I like the way you did it, Stacy, with showing the footage. I don't want to just come on a show and talk about it. Show me the goods. Show me the goods. And that's what people want to see. And we have the goods. We don't use AI. Only time I use AI is like on my video. Like if I use my own pictures, and I had a fight with AI the other day. Do you believe I fighting with AI? I had my own thermal picture that I want to use for my thumbnail. So all I asked is please add these words. That's all I said. Please add these words to this photo, which they did. But guess what else they did? They put a damn Bigfoot in there. I said, this isn't my picture. So I went back and I said, please take this out. I did not ask for this. And they copped an attitude with me. Like literally, you could tell I was being real short. They took it out and made it normal, but it really made me mad that they did that because I just want the words added because they can make the words look good. But I can use my own photos. Thank you. I don't need you to put some fake stinking Bigfoot in there.
right.
Made me mad.
They
Really made me mad.
always do it. Yeah. I know
Mm-mm.
one of these days, I know people complain about my use of AI for like thumbnails and things like that, but one of these days I'll have a team and somebody else helping me because it's just me. So like
Yeah, I get it. I
AI
get it.
makes it really simple to where I
Easy.
can get all this stuff out because if it wasn't for that,
I know. I do like it for the thumbnail. I'm telling you because they do add the words when I tell them to add the words, and if I see anything in there that I didn't want in there, I tell them take it out. I won't have it. But seriously, it is good for thumbnails, and I like that because it's faster for me because I do all the footage too, everything, and all the platforms.
it's a lot. It's a lot. So
It's a lot.
well, Miss Kathy, till next time. Thank you so much for coming on. And tell everybody one more time.
Okay, so where we are,
where we can find you.
Bigfoot World Cryptids and the Paranormal Researchers of Central Florida on all the platforms. I think on TikTok I'm Bigfoot World FL1, the number 1. So Bigfoot World FL number 1 on that one. I couldn't put the whole thing, but you'll see that picture. My picture that I took. That's usually on all my platform, so you'll see that. And also I want to thank you everyone for tuning in and watching our footage. We really appreciate that, and I really do appreciate that. Hope everybody has a great night.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you much, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you. Talk to y'all later. Bye now.
Bye. All right, everybody, that was Miss Kathy, and I'm going to get a link to her site. So a lot of good stuff there. She's got a ton more. And if you're in the mood to binge cool Bigfoot content like that, she's got the channel for it. So I'll definitely, throw that up. So earlier we had a problem with my microphone. I realize what the problem is now, and I'm going to take some calls for the remainder of the hour. till 11 o'clock Eastern. So I'm going to play one of these videos from Kathy again while I hook this up and I can get it to where I'm going to play my favorite of the videos, just to give me a second to step out. So you'll watch this and I will be right back. All righty. Okay, getting back to it. So I'm going to turn the lines on. Haven't done calls in a minute. So I'm excited to see if anybody out there has any stories they'd like to share with us tonight, because we are here for another 45 minutes and we like to take calls on this show. It's one of the better things of this show. So let me get that number scrolling, and the number to call in, 850-695-0522. If you have any kind of paranormal story, whether it's Bigfoot, ghosts, or whatever, please, by all means, give us 695-0522. All right. So next weekend on the 17th, I don't know if y'all caught the first one we did, where we did the big field expedition where we had the multiple teams out and it was hosted by Richie B. We're going to do that again. I'm going to have, not sure where Jason's going to be, but we've got Papa Squatch. He's going to be out in the field. Jared Lowe is going to be out in the field. Mike Aguilar is going to be joining us as well. And also Richie B will be out in the field in Massachusetts. So going to have people all over the country. And for 4 hours, they're going to Bigfoot. And I'm going to host it. I'm going to be in the studio this time, bouncing back and forth, kind of running the show. So next Friday after my video, you'll be able to catch that, and we'll run till midnight. So hopefully y'all will come by and join us and see some real boots on the ground stuff in live time here on the Bigfoot Underground. Also, some of my videos, pretty soon, I will start doing ad reads. The channel has gotten big enough now, thanks to all of you. Okay, we got our first caller. Let's see here. You're on the Bigfoot Underground. Can I help you? Hello.
Hey, is this Stacy?
This is Stacy. How you doing, buddy?
Oh my goodness, it's great to talk to you, sir. I really think the world of the footage that you produced with your dad. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
My brother had some property up in Madison County near the Elbert County line a few years ago, and he got ran out of there by multiple encounters. And I experienced them with him. And anyways, it's good to talk to you.
Yeah, man. Well, do you want to kind of get into that? You want to kind of tell me what happened?
Well, I can barely hear you, but he bought 10 acres off a little creek near the Broad River, as it was Madison County as you're going into Elbert County.
Right.
And he started experiencing whoops and different things, and he would probably be better to tell you about it, but there's a man named Wayne Ford. Yeah, Wayne Ford. He writes for the Athens, Georgia Observer newspaper.
Right.
And he came out there and investigated. And one night we were out there, and I brought a friend of mine who thought I was absolutely full of crap and hoaxing him. But we saw eye shines. We heard crazy vocalizations. It would go from sounding like a coyote to a turkey to an owl to screams. It was just the strangest night. And after Mr. Ford left, my brother, it was in November of 2011. And so my brother and my friend, they walked down towards Holly Creek and around, and I'm standing there, and I could just tell something was there. I didn't know what was there, but you heard this humming noise, a buzzing. And so my brother and my friend came back around, and we're standing out behind his house near this fire. And all of a sudden, a tree knock sounded like something had a 10-foot long Louisville slugger hit a tree. My brother had chickens killed. I've seen the twisted trees in the springtime of the year. I mean, it went on for a long time. There's so much to the story. But finally, my brother couldn't take it no more, and they sold the property. But he had a stepson that had a girlfriend come over one night, and she saw a juvenile looking in through the front window. But like I said, Stacy, they couldn't take it anymore, and they sold the property and got the hell out of there.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. I hate when people do that, because like I'd love to have a place where they were on my property, but it's not for everyone. I mean, I can completely understand it. If you got these things, and especially if you've seen them, even something as mundane as walking out and checking the mail can turn into a bad situation.
Yes. Yes.
A very terrifying situation. And when we're Bigfooting, we get to go home and leave this stuff.
Yeah.
But if you live there, you don't get to go home. You don't get to get away from it. So, it's quite traumatic for some people, you know, so I completely understand that. How long ago was this?
This was, he bought the property in 2006, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Now my brother is my hero. My younger brother's my hero. And he built a chicken coop that a weasel couldn't get into it.
Right.
And I personally went to that property and saw where we would call them chicken circles. It looked like something grabbed chickens by the leg and slammed them on the ground, and there'd be a circle of feathers, chicken feathers. Damnedest thing you ever seen.
Right. And this is in Florida, right?
No, sir. This is in Madison County, Georgia.
Oh, okay. So you're up when you said Elberton. Is that what you said?
Elberton, yeah, Elberton is Elbert County.
Right there where the Guidestones
were. And I've been begging, sir?
Where the Guidestones were at?
Where the Guidestones were at. And
okay.
Wayne Ford, if you look up Wayne Ford, he has written a couple of books on Bigfoot. And he came out to my brother's property. And then my brother had a couple of other people come out, researchers, and they left his property, left all their gear, and he never heard back from them. And I begged my brother to contact some people and tell them about things, but it was so traumatic. They had things beat on the side of their house. And what convinced me was the weird vocalizations we heard and the tree knock, that I experienced that night with a friend of mine. He thought we were hoaxing him, and he's still to this day, he's like, that was the strangest thing I ever heard.
Right.
There was 500 acres behind my brother's property. There was Holly Creek that fed into the Broad River. There was nothing out there. I mean, it was nothing. But you could hear, there was whoops. And there's so much more to this story. But in, like I said, in 2015, they had enough. There was too much weird stuff going on, and they got out.
Right. Well, I appreciate you calling in and sharing it with me, buddy.
Oh, Stacy, man, I've been following you, and you know, I'm sorry about your loss with your dad, and
thank you.
It's just, it's a crazy world we live in, and there's things out there go bump in the night, and some people try to deny it, but if you get close enough to it, you know it's there.
Yeah, you know, and once you get there and you figure that out, it never goes away. It's always going to be in your life in one way or another. Like, even to the people that never tell their encounters, they still think about this shit every day.
Yep.
You can't forget something like this.
A month ago, I am 9 miles south of where the first Finding Bigfoot was filmed, with that woman saw one going across the road.
Yeah.
In Helen, Georgia.
Yep.
And 1 month ago, I'm sitting out at 11:30 at night on my front porch, and something about 50 feet away down through my trees, sounds like it's 500-600 pounds, comes ripping down through my trees like it's ripping branches off. It was the damnedest thing I ever experienced personally. And I went back inside. I came back inside, got my flashlight, went back out. No ripped limbs, no nothing. I've told all my neighbors, but it was, I apologize, Stacy. Anyway, I really appreciate your show. I love your channel, and I appreciate you listening to me, sir.
No problem, buddy. Now, I'm going to be launching a database soon that you'll be able to click on
sir.
from my YouTube channel. And you'll be able
Yes,
to click on the link, and you'll be able to input your encounters and where they happened. And what I'm hoping is over a year or 2 years, I'll have a nice map made of all the Bigfoot encounters across the country, or at least some that aren't really on the BFRO sites or, you know, have been recorded.
Yes.
So once I get that going, if you ever see that link pop up or that post, please click it and, you know, input your stuff. I'd really appreciate that.
All right. So you have a good night, and I really appreciate what you do.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man. Nice talking to you.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So that's pretty cool. I've done a lot of squatching myself up in Helen. It's a great place. If y'all ever get up there to the Chattahoochee River. Another call. Damn it, I'm trying to talk. You're on the Bigfoot Underground. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, how's it going? This is Richie. I'm actually calling you from Massachusetts. How you doing, Stacey?
Doing all right. I can barely hear you. You're kind of muffled.
Oh, really? All right, hold on one moment.
Yeah.
It's better not hang.
That's better for sure. Oh, lost him. All right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. I apologize about that. Is this better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, perfect. All right. So, yeah, I don't know if you could really hear me. I was saying my name's Richie. I'm calling from Massachusetts, but just want to say first and foremost, a big fan. So it's a pleasure to talk to you, man. My story's a little different. I'm actually calling in just to tell you briefly about some paranormal things. So I've had no Bigfoot encounters or anything like that, but I was watching the episode tonight, and the lady showed you know, that last image there, the Hat Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my earliest memory of the Hat Man, I was sleeping at my father's house in Dorchester, and I must have been, this is after my mom got separated when I was about 7. I remember passing out, you know, I was laying in my dad's big bed, and, you know, we're just knocked out. We're watching movies all night, and I remember for some weird reason, I woke up. I remember looking over the digital clock, 3 a.m. in the morning, and for some weird reason, I felt compelled to look out the window. So I got up, looked out the window, stared down the window. I used to live in this 3-story house that now converted it to a bank. Whole another story. But right there in Dorchester, next to the chocolate factory, famous chocolate factory, there's this man standing there at the shadow, wearing a hat, brimmed hat, staring up at me. It was the creepiest thing, scariest. I don't even remember how I ended up going back to sleep after that. Actually, it was weird. I kind of just remember waking up, but that was the freakiest thing, and I know that wasn't a dream. But yeah, that freaked me out. But over the years, I also had several episodes of sleep paralysis. You know, heavy weight on my chest. I can't breathe. Kind of out of body experiences, like floating. So I don't know if this is you know, if you're into this, or if you know.
Oh no! Hey, go ahead, brother.
We very creepy. You know. Encounters that I don't know. I got thinking about that Hat Man. I was like, oh man, I got a call, and I'm like, wow, all right, here we go. Let me tell it. So that was that one. The creepiest thing. I felt apparitions above my bed. I remember one time it's gonna sound nuts. I floated above my bed into my hallway when I was young. Again, I think this is after my mom and dad split up. I remember floating in the air. I floated down the hallway. I remember I was stiff as a board. I couldn't move. I could only move my eyes. And I remember seeing my blankets were like thrown off of me. Like clearly they had been ripped off of me. I'm floating out of my room. I see my Abraham Lincoln doorstop floating out of my room. Then all of a sudden I think whatever the fuck was going on, I realized that I was awake, and then I slowly went down to the floor. As soon as my body hit the floor, I was able to get up and move. Weirdest thing ever. To this day, my mom's like, "You were dreaming." You know what I mean? No one believed me, of course.
That's how it goes a lot of the times, brother.
You know, and I guess another creepy one I'll just throw at you is now I'm in high school, older. One night I have two of my buddies sleeping over. My buddy Stevie and Greg. Greg is passed out. He had a lot to drink. And I had a big bed, so he was sleeping. I was at the edge of the bed. He's in the middle. My buddy Stevie's laying against the wall. And we're just sitting there. And then out of nowhere, there's this like big bang in the room. And I'm like, what the hell is that? We all wake up. Actually, Greg didn't wake up. He drank too much. But I woke up. I go over. I'm like, what the hell is that? My boy Stevie's like, dude, what the hell was that? Because we could tell the noise came from in the room. And at the end of my bed used to be a dresser. And then on the other side of that was a DVD case where I used to keep my VHSs and Nintendo 64 games. Anyways, turns out I turned the light on. What I saw on the floor was an empty 2-liter Coke bottle. I'm like, all right, even though this was midsummer, it was so hot, no breeze. I'm like, maybe the wind knocked that over. And then I look down and see a pair of scissors open. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. I know that was at the top here, on top of my DVD bookshelf case. And I don't see how an empty 2-liter bottle can knock those down. But okay. It's okay. And then I see a video. I see a game on the floor. Ironically, it's a NES game called Blades of Glory, and
I remember that one.
That came out of. Yeah, you remember that? I think it was a hockey game.
Oh yeah,
and right, exactly. So, and I thought that was very ironic because and I think the scissors flew off the shelf, and I think they hit the bureau that I recently moved in front of my bed. Otherwise, I think it would have flung at one out of the three of us that was laying on the bed. I don't know. I just had a weird feeling because it was way too loud for it to just. And what the hell? You know what I mean? I thought it was just very ironic and weird, and I was like, dude, what is happening?
Right.
So I don't know. A couple stories for you right there, but very ominous and just weird. You know.
That's cool, man. You know, the Northeast is like a mecca for paranormal activity. Massachusetts, Rhode Island, all them places. You know, it's just like every other house is haunted up there, and so it's a ghost hunter's dream.
Yeah, I already know it, man.
Yeah, and it's kind of
Salem witch trials.
Oh yeah, dude, and everybody. It's like going to a Native American reservation. When you go there and you talk to them about Bigfoot, it's a matter of fact. They don't say, well, maybe Bigfoot. They say, hey, yeah, there's Bigfoot here, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And when you go to the Northeast, if you say you saw a ghost, whoever you're telling it to is going to tell you their ghost story. You know what I mean? Because it's
right.
It's just something that goes on there, and you know, so
it's passed on through history and tradition, word of mouth, written record, all that. I mean, it's been happening for millennia.
Oh yeah, you know. Well, buddy, I appreciate you calling in, man, and letting us know. And you know, if anything ever else drops your way, you got the number. Just hit us up.
Oh, awesome! Of course, thank you, man. And shout out to you again. Congratulations on all you accomplished. All you accomplished, brother. You know, you deserve your flowers. So thank you to you, and keep doing what you're doing, man. And also, before I let you go, did you say Richie? You said was going to be in Massachusetts doing some thing at the end of this episode. I heard you say something.
Yeah. So Richie B, banter with Richie B. Do you know him? You heard of him?
No.
Okay.
I've heard of him through your channel, I feel like, and others.
Yeah. He's up in I think Worcester, I think is how you say it.
Okay. Oh, Worcester. That's exactly how you spell it. Worcester. Yes, you would think you have to say it that way. It's called you pronounce it Worcester. Yep.
Okay, well, yeah,
That was
that's where
Worcester.
he's at, and he's
Okay,
gonna. So
great.
next Friday evening, I'm gonna have a guy in Georgia. I'm gonna have guys in Florida, in Central Florida, and then Richie B's gonna be out with his team in
Hell yeah,
Massachusetts.
Hell yeah, man.
And so, when the people are, I'll like stay with each team for like 10, 15 minutes and then go to the next team and then go to the next one. And we'll just do that for 4 or 5 hours.
Awesome.
Last
That's
time we
badass.
did
like
it.
a live check-in.
Yeah. Just a live Bigfoot hunt, and
Oh, hell yeah. Let's see what's going on with Team A, Team B over here. Right.
Yep.
That's awesome. I love that. I
and
didn't even know you were doing that.
I just started it about a month ago and I'd only done one and it was really successful. We had some good activity go on. We saw some lights. Jared had something very close to him throwing stuff at him. And, so I'm excited to do it again. And I'm hoping it kind of grows. So that way.
Oh, it's 100% well.
I can get people, somebody in California and somebody in Florida and somebody in Michigan, and.
Oh, damn, man. I'm so proud of you, man. This is amazing. I'm feeling this. I know everyone listening right now is feeling this. And I'm just sitting here with a smile on my face. That is awesome, dude. I got to figure out a way to go with Richie B, man.
Yeah.
I'm Richie S.
Okay. Yeah. If you just look him up, you can look him up on Facebook, any of that stuff, TikTok, all that. It's awesome. Banter with Richie B. He's a super nice guy, dude. Like the guy would give you every single thing he had if it would help you.
That's amazing. Hey, can I ask you one last question?
Yeah, brother.
The other week you had one of the most amazing episodes of a podcast I've ever seen. I'm just saying that, it was with this guy. He's very low key, very quiet, but he did have a lot of, call it, what do you want, extraterrestrial encounters in the forest. And he has all the footage, all the stuff. Damn, do you know who I'm speaking of? This guy was awesome. I think you've seen him before, and you were like, I didn't know you had all this material, man. Like the whole episode. Oh, damn, his name's flipping off the tongue. I'm telling him, am I ringing any bells with you?
No, hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna go through.
Was it low key and quiet?
Was it a live
show? A lot of images he was sending you. He had a lot of images you were bringing up on the screen. Damn, and it was a lot of them looked like weird beings, man. Oh, he had the story of he had sleep paralysis and this demon with horns around his neck. I believe it was the same guy. Do you understand what I'm saying? This guy was. And he was puking and throwing up while a priest was praying over him. Do you remember the story?
I remember what you're talking about, but I cannot for the life of me. I think it was
just so it was a couple of weeks ago. You just released. Dang, I'm sorry, I can't remember. Our dear friend. Hopefully, someone in the chat. Is anyone in the chat right now saying any names? Does anyone remember that episode, guys?
I think it was.
This guy had a phenomenal.
Yeah, I think when I had. Damn, what's the guy's name? Why am I drawing a blank? Ryan Reading.
I'm doing the. Thank you. Yes. Oh my.
Ryan Reading, and he's up in your area too, man.
Is he? Oh my God, dude. He seems phenomenal, dude. I would love to get together with something. Do something.
Well, yeah. Hey,
another thing I didn't. And I'll try to maybe send you an email so I'm not hogging up all the airtime. I know we got a lot of fans here ready to call in. As all these bikers drive by my house. Man, this is just amazing. Yeah, he was a good guest as well. And I'd love to do some. I was gonna say anyways, the New Jersey drone sighting. I have footage I've been documenting for the past year plus, ever since there was quote unquote drone sightings of weird orbs in the sky. So I brought that guest up of yours to say I have a lot of images like he does.
Okay.
So I started off with the Hat Man thing because she just showed and we ended the episode. That was I was like, oh man, I got to call in. But and yeah. So anyways, I've been filming these weird things in the sky, man, and a lot of these photos look similar to what he's catching, but not as far as like beings.
Right.
But anyways, I'm all for it. And
Well, hey, send me an email, bro.
Myself, you know.
I'd love to send me an email. I'd love to look at that stuff, dude.
Yeah. That'd be awesome if I can send you an email with just just whatever I can.
Yeah.
With the attachments of this, because you got to take a look at this, man. Maybe send it to him and.
Yeah, for sure. And I can hook you up with Richie. You know.
Right, Richie.
So
that's awesome.
Y'all sound like y'all aren't that far away from each other.
Right. All right. Well, anyways, thank you, brother, man. And,
hey, brother, thank you, man.
Email.
I really appreciate you calling in, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the warm love and keep doing what you're doing. And hell yeah, man. I look forward to hearing back from you.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good, man. Take care.
Bye. All right. Yeah. So, okay. That's cool. That story. Maybe we can get some more stuff on that New Jersey drone shit. That was a really cool thing that was going on at the time. As I was saying before, the channel has grown. We're over 27,000 subscribers, and you got to figure in November when I started doing all this stuff, I was at like 4,700. So we have grown exponentially faster than I ever thought we would. And with that comes sponsorship opportunities. So some of my videos here in the future, I will be doing ad reads. I hope that doesn't turn y'all off, but it helps me feed my family and keep doing Bigfoot research. So, okay, we got another call. I'm glad I got that in. All right, you're on the Bigfoot Underground. Can I help you?
Hi, yes, I was just trying to do the call-in.
This is it. How you doing?
I'm doing really good today.
Yeah? Well, what you got going
How
on?
are you? Well, here's the thing. My boyfriend watches like the YouTube, all the Bigfoot stuff all the time. And I'm kind of like, okay, whatever. You know, because like I'm like the person like that. I think her name was Kathy, the lady that showed like all the pictures, like the footage and stuff. And like she'll put stuff on where you just hear people like talk, but you're not seeing anything. So I was telling my boyfriend because he was so excited to be on this, like watch this live one. And I told him, I was like, this is actually like not that I haven't like believed, but I was like, this actually like changed my mind a lot because I like to see the footage. This guy is so legit. My boyfriend was like so excited, and like, not that I wasn't on board, but like they were talking about like nobody just wants to hear somebody tell a story. Like you want to see pictures and stuff. So I didn't want to say like first time watcher, first time caller, but had like the best time. My boyfriend wants to go to Kentucky to see him, and I just wanted to just call and say I keep telling him to call because he was so excited. So I just did it while he wasn't paying attention. So yeah, I just wanted to say first time caller and believer, I guess would be the thing. I'm watching now, or however y'all say it.
Right on. Well,
so yeah, so
welcome.
I would love to say hi or hand the phone to my boyfriend because this is probably one of, I actually said to him, I was like, this is probably one of those favorite things you've had me watch. So like I'm turned. Yes. For sure.
Right on. Well, welcome to the shit show. So this is.
No, I love it. Like, no, this like, yeah, that lady that he had on, I was like, she's legit. You know what I mean? Because like, you know, there's like a bunch of bunk stuff out there. So yeah, it was cool. Yeah, this was very cool.
Right on. Well, is your boyfriend around?
Yeah. Can he come on and say hi?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. I'm going to hand my phone to him. All right. Well, thank you. My name's Aaron. So yes, first time caller, first time watcher, believer. Okay. Hang on.
All righty.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. Stacy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh, good. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm actually, I was just on the phone, but I'm kind of see it on TV, and it's like on TV you're talking to somebody, so I didn't know.
Yeah, there's probably a delay.
You know what I mean?
You're probably watching a few minutes behind where we're actually at right now, but we're still on the air.
Okay. Yeah. My name is Juan Pete Lorenzo. I actually sent you something saying about, we're going to join the show after the episode tonight. And, usually like I'll try to watch stuff like this, and she don't usually partake into it too often. She always wants to see footage, But like this show was like right on point tonight, man. And she was like real excited to watch it with me, which was a big win, man. Big win, brother.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad she enjoyed it, and I'm glad you're watching, buddy. She said something about you wanting to make it to Kentucky. And
yeah, I'm hoping to October 1st through the 4th.
Yeah, brother. Listen, we're going to be I'm going to do a live podcast out there. So not only will we be Bigfooting, and I'll give track casting classes and all that jazz, but we're going to have some live entertainment, and I'm going to interview some people for an episode right there live in front of everybody. So the audience will be able to ask some questions too. And so I hope you can join us, man, because it's going to be a good time, brother.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it. God willing, health willing, yeah, we are definitely going to make it out for that.
Right on, buddy. Well, yeah, hey, I'm glad you tuned in tonight, man. And we got some more stuff coming. We're going to keep on keeping on. You know, I'm going to keep bringing y'all content that y'all enjoy, and hopefully – see, this makes me smile because you told me, or your girlfriend told me, that she wasn't a believer. Not that she was a denier, but she wasn't a believer, and she's seen this episode and she's on board with it now. And that's the whole purpose of this, is to change minds.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You know?
Exactly. Open eyes.
Yes,
Open
sir.
some more eyes to it.
And
all right, my man. Hey, you have a good one.
Yeah, buddy. You too, man. Nice talking to you.
Okay, you too, Stacy. Take care now. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye. All right. Wow, we don't have a lot of people like that call in. That was cool. Because we opened some eyes tonight, and that's good. But yes, everybody, October 1st through 4th. If y'all can make it, y'all can make the trek, become a member. Swing out there. You only got to be a member for a month. Just be a member, and then send me an email. I'll look up your name, and then we'll handle all the you got camping fees. It's $30 a night. But that's not me. That's the private property we're staying on. So that way we're amongst Bigfooters. We're amongst people that are into the subject. You know, you don't want random people coming up and be like, oh, Bigfoot's not real. You know, you don't want none of that. We're not going to have none of that. We're just going to have a good time and hopefully find some stuff, because we are actually going to be looking for Bigfoot. Among all the other things we have planned, we are actually going to be combing the Red River Gorge looking for evidence of Sasquatch. Once again, y'all go check out Kathy on her YouTube. I'll put a link in the description after I jump off of here. She's got a bunch of stuff, and you know, you're going to want to see it. So, but next week we got some more people coming on that are going to blow your mind. This Friday, O'Neill DeScoopta, my interview with him, very great guy. And a very different opinion on what we're dealing with in the woods, which is absolutely fine. That's what we love here, you know, because at the end of the day, we all know they're real. We just don't know what the hell they are, you know. So all of y'all that have tuned in and continue to support me, I appreciate it so much. I never thought this show would turn into as big as it is now. And the crazy part is it's getting bigger by the day. So I really appreciate all of y'all, you know, hyping the videos, liking the videos. That goes a long way for us to grow it so we can get more calls in and stuff like that. But until Friday, I'll see y'all in the live chat. Or no, I won't be in the live chat Friday. I am shooting a 50s horror sci-fi comedy called Invasion of the G-Nats. Oh, look at that. Thank you so much, Lil Sherm. I really appreciate it with the super chat. But yeah, I won't be there Friday night. We have a big like fake talent show we're filming where the G-Nats come in and start harvesting everybody's libido. So it's going to be me making films. You know, I'll throw that up for members once we get it done. But anyways, as I was saying before, thank you guys so much. If you're interested in the expedition, the members only expedition, send me an email, bigfootstacy13@gmail.com. And that is it for the show tonight. Like I said, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, stay safe.